Azu.
Hey, hey. Oh man, we already got stuff going. That one. Okay. So, does everybody remember where we left off?
We're deciding if Celsius dies or not.
Exactly. Well,
Get ready for him to yell at my code, by the way.
Yell out your code.
Whatever I typed in chat, it's not actually real code.
It will offend his delicate sensibilities.
Yep.
All right.
I'm just saying, get ready.
Maybe that's why he hasn't come on yet. You heard him to the core.
Now, there's easy ways to troll Celsius, and that's by getting things just a little bit wrong.
Does Celsius have a little bit of OCD like every mathematician?
Well, yeah, he does have a undergrad in math and economics and is a computer programmer.
Oh, geez, that's just like mountains of that.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, if you don't have OCD, you can't get any of those.
So this is going to be the continuation of Raktavira's villa. Like last time, there's obviously spoilers involved. I've had to explain this chat avatar to every single person. Yeah, roll 20 if you're watching. Please fix this and make it easier. Realistically, it wasn't that hard. Well, we don't really need Celsius for the first thing that we're starting with.
Rolling for torture damage?
Oh, that'll be later. It's the middle of the night. I'm going to back up like a few minutes, essentially, from where we left off. It's the middle of the night. Eddic, Thelvin, basically the fighter contingent of the group, has been waiting beside a building, impatiently, as Rinnan, Imrul, and Zatha scaled up into Raktavira's villa. You haven't really heard anything for a while.
I thought we ran out and went to get the guard.
Yeah, suddenly there was some commotion, and in fact, it looks like it got alerted to something going on, and then Zatha came running out to your position, huffing and puffing. You also heard a thunderous boom coming from somewhere inside the villa. And that's when Zatha informed you, that the bad shit was going on.
It's all gone to hell.
What did Zatha say?
We gotta get the guard.
Why do we need to get the guard?
Because he's a demon that can't be killed, and he's he's got people captured.
A demon that can't be killed, are you sure?
Well, if we bring like 30 more people, we can kill him, but the 3 of us can't do it.
Like, blades and magic had no effect on him?
I could not hit him, and he killed Rinnan in 1 hit.
Rinnan is dead.
Well, he was pretty close to it when I left, and I left really fast.
Alright, let's get the city guard.
Alright, so you're going to get the city guard.
Well, I figured the best way to do this all, because we were sent on this mission by the Earl of Rayafor.
Yep.
So let's get him, because he obviously has enough clout to muster the guard versus a bunch of adventurers going around and trying to ask for guards.
Okay, so you want to travel to the Earl's Manor.
Yep.
and get him to get some city watch or something.
Exactly. So I grab Zatha, I put him on my noble steed, and I ride at all haste towards the Earl of Rafer's manor.
Oh, and he's
Okay.
got the 2 kids in his dungeon.
Good to know.
All right, so basically, Edic jumps onto his horse, and I don't know, like someone boosts Zatha up there.
I never got off my horse.
You're hiding, like not hiding, but looking inconspicuous, sitting on top of a war horse in the middle of the night.
That's what knights do.
Anyway, as you start, going along, there is a fair amount of people. Well, it's nighttime, so there's not a ton of people, but the sound and the commotion coming from the villa has attracted people who are like looking out windows and stuff. I'm gonna let you make a law check or current affairs, up to you.
Definitely law.
All right. So you guys continue along. Roll me a D4P. All right. So because you're on horseback, it basically takes you about 6 minutes or so to ride to the Earl of Rafer's manor.
Can I
You
do a riding check?
basically. Well, this is assuming that you like are riding, so I guess you could do a riding check. I mean, you do have to go through 2 gate. Actually, no. I guess if you go the one way, you only have to go through 1 gate. So it does kind of slow you down there, or are you just gonna run right through the gate? Actually, no, it would be closed. It's nighttime, so the gate is closed. You do have to wait for them to open it.
I bellow at them and order them to open it, and it's for the betterment of the city.
So because you are a knight, they do it actually, just by the way you were talking. So this is so it takes you about 6 minutes. As I said, to get to the Earl's place.
All right.
Basically, at that point, you show up, and it takes you a few minutes to get an audience with said Earl. And then you talk to him. So basically, you and Zatha, he actually comes outside, and he's like, "What is going on?"
Zatha?
I let him know about Raktavira and how he has the children of the merchant captured and has been torturing them, and that we tried to get some information and kill him, but he is protected by otherworldly magics.
Otherworldly magics?
We could not even touch him with blade nor spell.
Very well. He looks around for a little bit, and then he looks at Edic. He says, "Unfortunately, I do not have jurisdiction here. The Archduke, controls all the forces in this city. So I can't muster my men.
Okay.
However, we can gather up some city watch. I can go do that. It might take some time. Also, this city, you might know, I know I've mentioned it before, but they don't really have like a real city watch. The Archduke has maybe like 500 infantry soldiers, but they're spread on a lot of different duties. So a lot of the city watch is actually mercenaries. And they're basically hired by different merchant groups and stuff. It's sort of like cyberpunk kind of an idea. So there's a lot of different security companies that do all the watch.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I got a plan then.
So he says that he can go and, with his authority, try to get the city watch going. You might be able to just find some mercenaries that might want to help.
I have a plan.
Well, I like it.
He's like, would you like to share this plan?
No. Yes, I will. Why don't we just get the parents of the tortured children? He's a rich merchant. He has mercenaries. We'll use them to bust in the gate. Because he's a well-established merchant, right?
That makes sense. And the Earl believes he would probably have a greater chance, getting access to him right now.
All right.
Where he basically like summons his steward and starts ordering to get some guards and stuff and prepare a carriage, and he's where do you want to meet?
Let's just say the street just beside the manor, like where the evil guy is. Forgot his name.
All right, so he's also going to prepare and pen a letter, basically sending a letter to the Archduke saying what's going on. And any other help that could be done is appreciated. And so what are you two doing then?
I'm going to ride towards the merchant that I originally talked to about his missing children.
I will go with him, but after I also whisper a moment to the Earl to give him some more information.
Okay, yeah, so, he's basically starts, like, waking up servants and stuff. For whatever reason, the Earl was up already at this time. But, yeah, you're like, so what are you telling him exactly? Just saying that...
Well, this is out of Edic's earshot, by the way.
Yeah, Edic's already, like, heading off. You're not sure you're going to be able to catch up to him.
And so I go, and if we can get the treaty in there when we go... break everything down, then that might work out well in our favor.
He nods and he looks to the steward and he's like, get it.
And so I run off to go with Edic.
Alright, so...
Because I can't do anything with that stupid thing. It's huge.
Roll 3d4p, Edic.
Aw, yeah.
All right, so you find the quickest way to his place, and yeah, that's him. Remember?
I do remember that's a good merchant picture.
All right, so essentially, it's going to take another 5 minutes of conversation with him, because you guys were working for him, sort of. He's very eager to hear any news about his children, and when you tell him what's going on with them, he basically just starts summoning up all his men.
And ask him, does he have a battering ram?
Probably not.
I was wondering if we could fashion one, because we have to get through a gate, right?
Yeah. It's more like a door, but yeah. So that was what,
I'm
6,
sure there's a good-sized
11,
log somewhere with a bunch of men smashing a door can get in.
14, 19. Okay, now it's going to take them some time to muster a force. Like, they have to get people, they have to get them armed and armored and everything. So roll me 2d10p. Again, we'll have Edic do it. Or Iash will do it.
Oh.
Ooh. So 16, so it's 15.
That's not
35.
So good.
All right. So let's go back in time a bit. Rinnan is in the cage with the two children. Well, not children, teenagers. Raktavira unshackles the body of Rinnan's sister. Or is it cousin? I can't remember now.
Sister.
Sister, yes. Of Rinnan's sister, and basically heaves her off of the table where she lands in a bloody, like, pile. And he comes, he turns to you, and he walks towards the cage. He takes out a key and begins to unlock the padlock. The two teenagers that are in there with you, they have obvious signs that they have been, tortured in some way. They shrink away from him, and he opens the door, and they just start crying, and they're not even making any attempt to escape. He reaches down and he grabs Rinnan and pulls him up. Again,
kick him in the nuts.
You note again that his hands are strange. It's like they're on backwards.
Yeah.
He pulls you out.
Didn't you say like the thumbs are on the other side of the hand? Like they're on the ulnar side, not the radial side?
No, it's like the hand itself is on backwards. Like it's palm up.
Okay, so I'm still correct, but yeah, okay. I get you.
Okay, whatever the technical term is. If you chopped off someone's hand, rotated it 180 degrees, and reattached it, that's what it would look like.
So yes, you can squeeze your own boobies without having to turn your hands around. I get you.
That would be one way of putting it.
Although
it's the only way to put
it's
it.
actually easier to do it if you just turn your hands. Because of the way your elbows hinge?
Anything worthwhile should be difficult.
So he grabs Rinnan and he forcibly drags him out and throws him onto the table. He's pretty strong, even though he doesn't look like all that much.
Yeah.
If you recall, this is what he looks like. So he throws Rinnan down, and Rinnan is barely able to do anything about this. But he starts tying you down, and don't forget, Rinnan also has a gag over his mouth, so he can't talk.
Were his hands bound?
Rinnan's?
Yeah.
No.
Give me 1 second.
It's kind of as long as you can't talk, this guy has no real... Well, actually, no, I guess your hands actually would have been bound, because otherwise you could just take the gag off.
Yeah.
So, no, they would have been bound.
Okay.
Probably
Just
behind
it's
your
a
back.
wizard. You always bound and gag a wizard.
Yeah, probably behind your back. But you're strapped down onto the table, and he slowly takes out the silver dagger, which he had been working on your sister with.
It would have been better if you had said dildo. I'm just saying.
And he sort of leisurely drags it along your leg. And he basically looks at you and says, "It's unfortunate that the other elf didn't have the constitution for this."
Rinnan's is way lower.
But you are going to answer my questions. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Am I able to flip
He
him
looks
off?
at you. You probably could. And he's like, "Ooh. Defiance. I like that." He pulls the dagger up, and then suddenly there's like a pounding on the door. As he kind of sighs, and he just yells, "Enter." So the door opens and two men come in, which you may or may not recognize. One of them is wearing like chainmail armor. It's the fighter that was basically rallying all the troops before.
Yeah.
And another one is the obscenely fat cook. So Raktavira is like, "Report, Satiru." And Satiru, who is the fighter, he basically reports that the halfling got away. We were unable to catch him. And he looks around and he says, "I fear that the halfling will tell people what happened. It may finally be time to leave this city, Master." Raktavira sighs melodramatically. He's like, "Yes, Satiru, you've only been saying that for a year now, but I guess now you're right. Palam," and he signals to the cook, and then he points down at Imral's body, "take this down to the kitchen and prepare it. We'll need something that we can eat on the road." And the cook just kind of laughs and picks her body up, or actually probably just picks her up by the feet and just drags her out of the room.
Are they all cannibals?
I'm guessing they're all like polymorphed orcs or like illusioned orcs.
What's the guard look like when they say this?
He's just standing there kind of impassively.
Weird.
So Satoru, he comes up and he says, "Master, if you wish, I can take care of this elf. As you know, I am well trained in extracting information." He actually has the skill. Raktavira, this way. He waves his hand. Yeah, Raktavira's got all the passion. He's like, no. I will deal with this myself. What you need to do is go downstairs and get our men ready to leave. Gather all the hired help and all the drovers and secure them in the quarters. Lock them in. Don't let them out. We don't need anyone else spreading any information. And have trusted men secure the treasury and prep it to be moved out of the city. All of the valuables. And then everything else. Besides, and he looks down at Rinnan, I won't be very long with this elf. Once I'm done with that and all the treasures are ready, I'll come down. And Satoru just kind of like nods and says, "As you will, master." And he leaves. So then Rinnan is left alone with Raktavira. It's probably been, all in all, like with all the posturing and waiting for people to move around, it's been about 17 minutes at this point. So he turns to Rinnan and he's like, "I must apologize for this. Haste is no excuse not to be civilized." He puts the dagger down and he starts pouring himself some wine. He takes a long drink of it, sighs contentedly, and then fishes in a pocket and pulls out a monocle. He makes a big production about putting it on his eye, and he sniffs, picks the dagger back up, and he looks right in your eyes and asks you, "So, then, what
I'm closing my eyes, by the way.
is your name?"
Does it matter that my eyes are closed?
You can't see anything now. But the big question is, what are you thinking?
Well, I already know that he can do the mind reading thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about Zatha's little hairy cock.
Wait.
I'm thinking about it just rolling all over that guy's face, just like teabagging him, and I'm trying really hard to let him see this.
Okay, so you have to make a mental saving throw.
All right. If it's a spell, I technically add 8 to that.
You add 8 to it?
Yes. Wait, no, not 8. 4.
Okay.
Let me double check, but I believe it's 4. Yeah, half of my level.
Okay. If it was 8, it would have been a different story. But yeah, he looks kind of pissed off. But he does manage to break through to your actual thoughts.
Okay, out of curiosity, by how much? Because, like, I can spend honor, right?
Yeah, but technically speaking, I'm not supposed to tell you. Technically speaking, you have to spend the honor before the result is determined.
Okay, well then I guess I won't. I don't know.
So, yeah, he manages to, like, brute force his way through, and now he's going to make an interrogation roll, so make a resist persuasion check.
Oh yeah, that's gonna go well.
84, 15, 20.
No, if it's opposed, that's not terrible. What about skilled liar? Can I use skilled liar in a situation like this?
Hold on.
Okay.
15. Depending on how good he gets on the interrogation roll, it'll tell it will basically say if you lie or not, and your skilled liar would be whether he believes that. But if he gets a good enough roll on the interrogation, you won't lie, basically.
Okay.
I had the book ready for this exact spot. So 75 plus 12 is 87. So that's by 100. Yeah, that is, quote, spills guts. Raktavira may not be trained in torture, but he is very well trained in interrogation. So you basically are going to tell him the answer to all of his questions, but we will still RP it through it. So yes, he wants to know, who are you?
Well, I mean, I guess that
What is your name was the actual question he asked. So then, what is your name?
Brennan of the Massive Cock? I don't know. Can I get away with stuff like that?
As long as it's the truth.
Wouldn't it be what?
As long
what,
as it's the truth.
The truth from Rinnan's point of view, though, right?
That's why he can get away with saying with the long cock.
If that's what Rinnan honestly believes in his head, yes. There you go.
He stops. Rinnan, isn't that a halfling?
Yeah, of course. It is a halfling.
What does Silurian... Ah, God.
You don't even know the people who
what
work
does
for you.
Silurielon... Fuck, I can never pronounce this. Silurielon know about him. Silurielon being, of course, the forest where you're from. Being a high elf.
Wait, the forest where I'm from?
Yeah, he's saying, what does Silurian know about him? Like, why were two elves sent to assassinate him?
Am I from Siluria? I think I'm actually from a different area, aren't I?
I'm
from the Kalalali forest?
Yeah, that's a bit west of Silurian. Or actually, God, where did I put that book?
Hold on. I'm trying to find where I put that giant map thing. Okay, Silurian? Silurian?
Now you see.
Yeah, okay. So that's actually a little bit northwest, I guess, of probably where I was from? Or northeast?
Yeah, it's northeast. You're from down by the bay. But obviously he's assuming you're from there.
I will say that I don't know... boy, hold on. How do I want to do this? I don't know.
So keep in mind that even if you're thinking, like, even if you're trying to lie to him, he's also reading your mind at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, I would... So what I would try to respond with is, I don't know, and people don't share information with me. Which is true. All of that is true.
Who sent you?
Rinnan the halfling.
Well, let's see. In what kind of a sense? I mean, Rinnan the halfling could be a viable answer because I was sent to an extent by my...
don't get too introspective about these things.
Yeah, I don't know.
So who sent you? You want to tell him you're gonna spill your guts is the result that he got.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The merchant whose kids he has?
I think you're holding something back on that.
Yeah,
Maybe
probably.
you'll have to lose a finger.
Could I do a skilled liar? Would that be relevant at all?
Like I said, technically you can't really lie to him.
Yeah, but I think that, like, the idea isn't that I'm straight up lying, because that is true. Like, the guy...
Alright, I'll give you guys a bit more information on how the interrogation system works. If he succeeded by, like, a small amount, it says that you only give partial information and you hold stuff back. And then if he succeeds by, like, 25 points or so, then you give about 75% of the information. You can hold back, like, 25%. But, he basically succeed by like 110. So,
Whoa! And that was an opposed check?
Yeah. He has a interrogation of 84%.
Wow.
And there are modifiers for things like imprisoned with no hope for escape, and for seeing loved one killed.
Yeah.
So Rinnan has been completely rattled, basically.
I mean, I guess I would just tell him, you know,
The only thing that you might be able to think of is, like, that, you know, the longer you take, the better.
Okay, so I guess I would just run through a list of everyone who sent me.
Alright. So who is it? Also, this is to see how much you remember, too.
So I know the Earl was in there. I know that that other merchant was in there. I will also include, like, my friends. Yeah?
Your friends?
Yeah, like each
and
member.
Who are they?
Each member of our party. Why not? I'll run through the list.
Okay. That's what the next question was anyway, so...
Ethics, we'll go through. Ethics also sent me.
He's
Who's
like,
Ethics?
Ethics. How droll. What a mortal concern. I would think that an unaging elf such as you would have a much more pragmatic long-term view than ethics.
I'm also going to include my desire for arcane knowledge. I'll go into quite considerate detail on that. Lust for magical items. Yeah? Now I'm speaking his language, right?
Yeah, and he's like, okay.
You know, spell books, general power, the desire to rob and steal all of his stuff, like, wanting to see Zatha rub his junk all over his face.
He refills his cup with more wine, and he says, "There now, Rinnan. This is a nice civilized conversation. As long as you cooperate like this, we can keep it civilized. So
maybe Zatha's spending a little bit more time on his eyes? I don't know. Now we're getting...
Tell me more about this Zatha."
Oh, yeah. I will give him everything I know about Zatha.
Damn it.
Where does he like to hang out? Does he have any friends in the city?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to
Your
go...
mom.
I'm going to relist every single person who's in our party.
All right, and he is specifically going to ask, like, where they live, like, where do they hang out? Do you guys, you know, have, like, certain hangouts, stuff like that?
Kind of, but not really. Like, we keep bouncing around every time we come to the city, except for Valencia. So I will go through every single place that each of us has lived.
At this point, because you're talking so much, like, he kind of laughs. He's like, "Do you think stalling for time is going to help?"
I'm
Yes.
just re-envisioning Zatha with his junk all over the guy's face. I don't know.
He starts to look a bit more serious. And he's like, he steps up to you. He's like, what exactly do your little friends know about me?
Alright, so I would go back again, the whole detail thing, I guess. All of the ore, the deal with the orcs, how he's introspective, likes to party. Like, basically, I'll recount every conversation that we had about the guy.
Okay. At this point, he basically he looks around. He's like, the worst part about this entire thing is I enjoy this provincial town. He looks down at you. It makes me sad that the actions of you and your little friends are gonna make me have to leave. I think he kind of walks over to you, puts both hands on your shoulders, and kind of looks down at your head, like from above you. He's like, I think I'll have to visit each and every one of them during the night at some point and express my displeasure. There's a knock on the door outside, but let's go back down to the ground level.
When he asks what I've learned about him, can I spend extra time on how much I think he would enjoy having Zatha rub his junk all over him?
Oh yeah, and he says he will especially enjoy finding this Zatha and dealing with him.
That's his thing. That's Zatha's thing.
The best part is I already had that written in. Okay, so it's basically been almost 40 minutes since Zatha came out.
Rinnan's a talkier bastard than that, I thought.
And basically Eddic is basically leading a group of merchant guardsmen from Fodal's estate. Now, one thing Eddic notes that these are mercenaries. They are, fairly professional, but they're not like hardcore soldiers or anything. They're pretty much all wearing leather or studded leather armor and have short swords and wooden shields.
Lovely.
But you've got about 12 of them.
Yeah, it's more than before.
And you basically meet up where you said you were going to meet. You do have to wait around for like another minute or two, and then the Earl arrives with some more forces. There's basically like a group of 6 city watch, and he's like, Sir Eddic.
Earl, how are you doing, my lord?
Good. There will be more coming, but these 6 were ready to go right away. We should probably expect another score of city watch in the next 10-15 minutes.
I'm worried that we do not have enough time.
There is one other person with him. It's basically... it's a guy wearing like an outlandishly gaudy robe.
Is that a wizard?
And he's like, I am a wizard!
Can you open doors?
What's his name? Mages and sages. Oh, wrong place. Open doors. I suppose in a sense I could.
Essentially, you can blow them off the hinges with a combat spell, right?
Yes, my pyrotechnic skills are known across the land.
And who are you?
Heh.
Basically, hold on. They say that this guy had been arrested for setting fire to an inn.
Well, I guess that would make him known. And he did set fire to an inn, which makes him an adventurer. So in all our scouting, did we determine there's only one door in and out of that place?
There is.
Alright. I'm gonna summon over Thelvin, and I'm gonna ask him, has any commotion happened? Because remember, he was left behind to watch.
All right, he's a Foki by the name of Lokor. So, yeah, he speaks
He's my
like...
father.
Oh, yeah, because your father's the only guy named Lokor.
He's the only one I care about.
But anyway, he has an extremely thick Foki accent, and the rest of you can barely understand him.
I assume I'm fine.
But you and Thelvin can understand him fine. But yeah, he said that there was just a simple misunderstanding when he was trying to clear the rats out of the mattresses at his unsatisfactory room at the inn.
Yes, very well. I'm sure we can use you.
Yeah, the Earl's like, if you help us, we will have your sentence completely thrown out. And he's like, yeah, all right, sounds good.
Yes, it sounds like a good deal.
And he's like, so, what's going on?
We're storming a villa, taking the Lord captive and killing him, and freeing our companions.
Okay, let's check out leadership now, shall we?
Oh, interesting.
Now, the Earl has leadership as well, but it should probably be Eddic doing this.
I don't know, he might have better leadership than me.
I think he would have administrative leadership, you know what I mean?
I also have administration.
Alright, what do you have your leadership? Are you at your average or advanced?
What's 42?
Fuck. I could never remember this.
42 is average.
It's like, would it kill them just to put the numbers in the descriptions? Yes, that's average. So, as average, you could command up to 5 subordinates, who in turn can control 5 subordinates each. That way, you can command up to 30 men. Except, what is your morale modifier for charisma?
It's 3, but does my +2 from being a knight count, or is that only for fear checks?
What does that do exactly? No, I'm pretty sure that's only for fear checks, but let me just see. Inspire others. It gives them a +4 bonus to morale checks, but no, it's not this.
And fear and fatigue checks.
Yeah. So they would. What did you say yours was for charisma? +2.
+3.
+3. So that means they'll get a +7 to morale checks, and a +4 to fear or fatigue. But that 3 from morale check also modifies how many men you can order. So you can actually take command of up to 8 subordinates who can each control 5 people. So you could easily take control of this entire group.
I guess I do. And my first order of the day is to ask Belvin, has any commotion happened? Has anyone tried to leave the villa or anything like that? Has he seen anything with his Raven's Eye crystal?
He says that there's been a lot of activity. The Raven's Eye only lasts for a while, right? He can't keep using it all the time.
Can you just restart it?
It's once per day.
Oh, okay, never mind.
But he says, yeah, there's been a lot of action. There seems to be commotion, and it sounds like they're packing up.
Good. This will be one of the best times to actually get in there. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to order a group of men to get a... I don't know. I'm curious to let Buddy try and open the door for us because I want to see what he does. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to then have the men positioned ready to assault through the door. But before we do that, as a preemptive, I want a couple of guys to get together and get a giant log as a battering ram in case the fire spell doesn't work. In the meantime, I want Zatha to infiltrate the place again because his sole duty is to get ridden out alive.
Really?
Not to get in combat, but I need you to get in there and get ridden out alive. Once the fight starts.
And didn't we wizard lock that door?
You know the code, don't you?
He blew it off with his lightning
that's right.
spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that thunderous boom was that got everyone all antsy. Oh yeah, and a crowd is like starting to gather. Because you're like sitting there in front of like 30 men, and like, all right, we're gonna do this, and like both you and the Earl are like in pretty fine gear. And there's this ridiculously outlandish looking wizard too.
All right, I can head back in and get ready.
All right, so Yashla, roll me 3d6p. Alright, so it basically takes about 8 minutes to get the plan worked out with all the men and everything. So now we're at 43. So back inside. The door, there was a knock on the door, and Setiru walks back in. And he says, "Master, a wagon has been prepared to look just like any regular caravan. All of the workers have been rounded up and locked in their quarters." Raktavira turns and he tells Setiru to take the 2 teenagers, and he points at them who are still like cowering in the cage. "Take them on the wagon. We can use them as insurance in case anything else goes wrong, or just a nice snack on the road. I will be down momentarily." So Setiru nods, and basically, as soon as he grabs the 2 of them, like they start screaming, and he like just backhand slaps them until they shut up, and he drags them downstairs. Raktavira, he basically pauses for a bit, and he's like, "Maybe Setiru is right. Maybe I was getting too soft in this town. Maybe having to leave would actually be a good thing in the long term. Well," he picks up the dagger again, looks to Rinnan. "I guess it's about time for our time together to end."
Nothing but Zatha junk.
So speaking of Zatha junk,
It's quite the segue.
it is still night. It's only been about 40 minutes or so. I'm gonna have to do some token rearranging here, so just give me a moment. But I imagine the first thing is Zath is going to go in sneaking in again, right?
Correct.
How are you going in?
Well, I think the only way to really get in is through the roof again. Because they're going in hard the other way.
Alright. So, again, how are you going into the roof? Are you going all the way up to the top of the tower?
Yes.
Alright, so you're just going to climb up. You're not invisible this time, of course.
Correct. I'm less worried about getting caught.
Alright, so, yeah, make a climbing check. That's yeah, make another climbing check.
Shit.
So yeah, you fall.
Damn it.
Yeah, I should have used the rope.
And you were climbing up the tower, right?
Yes.
If you die from this, it'd be so sad.
Thankfully, I have a lot of hit points.
Alright, it's like a 30-foot fall, though.
Shit. I really got that far up before falling? Damn.
You got 3/4 of the way up.
Holy fuck.
Alright, so Zatha's like, I got this.
What is it
And
with you and your penetrating, Zula?
he starts going up. It didn't penetrate, though. It got to 0.
Yeah, that's true.
You see him sneaking his way up, and then he just like loses his grip and falls down onto the cobblestones. And there's actually like a gasp from like people around.
Not good for my rep.
Damn.
And I'm guessing my armor doesn't absorb anything.
No. And is that enough for a
Only
threshold
padded,
of pain
right?
check?
Or thick ropes?
Only padded.
Yes. How do I calculate that again?
It's a d20, and you have to roll equal to or under half your constitution.
Yes.
Okay, so you just bounce like halfling, and you're fine.
Yeah, tell let's go over there and check him out.
How injured are you then?
I have 11 hit points left.
Alright, I guess he'll give you the big guns. 7 points.
But I'm anointed.
No, you're not.
Hilarious.
I can be anointed for the moment.
It's not how this works.
Damn it.
Oh, wait, that wasn't the big guns. I didn't realize it put it in alphabetical order here. Take another 8.
Another 8 or just 8 total?
7 and 8. He'll do two cubes.
Well,
That
shit.
almost
It's like I
fixes
never
everything.
even fell.
Yeah.
He's got...
Guess I'll try again.
I'm wondering.
Thelvin's like,
Do,
good luck.
yeah, I don't want you to fall and like snap your neck. Now that I think about it,
I can use the rope.
is the rope still there?
Well, I have
No.
another rope.
Oh, there you go.
Well, last time, didn't you climb up and then tied the rope for the rest of them?
I did.
No, you jumped.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right. Yeah, let me just use the rope. We're making enough commotion anyway.
Isn't going up there stealthily supposed to be the point? Like, what's your climb? Yeah.
47.
It is a difficult check, so it's basically like a 50-50.
If
The
that's
odds
the
of you
case,
let's try
failing
it again.
twice are
want
one
to give
in
it
four.
another shot? All right.
Let's do it again.
He's already failed twice. So what are the odds he'd fail 3 times?
Independently and identically distributed, my son.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I have a
All right,
math
I'm
degree.
climbing again. Shut up, stats boy. I'm climbing. Yeah.
Okay, if you were using pitons, you can make it an average difficulty as well.
I don't know if I even have any.
Alright, so this time Zatha quickly scampers up like a spider monkey. You guys watch him disappear, so you're going up onto the ceiling. So what's everybody else outside doing? Are you waiting for him to report back, or are you just going for it?
Oh, fuck no. He's an independent agent now. We're busting through the door.
Hoo-hoo. Alright. It's still gonna take a little bit more setup here. Flicker. On 30, 60, no. 30, 15. Alright, can all of you see something?
Indeed.
See something.
Interesting. Is that door missing? Oh well.
I have 2 icons.
Do you? Oh. That was just the one when you were along for the ride, so you could actually see something. Not just be looking at a black screen the whole time.
I love how they have modern day infantry helmets on.
Yeah, well, you know.
Take what you can get, right?
These are actually legitimate tokens for this adventure, too.
Seriously.
Yeah. Alright, so you've got your group of men. What are you doing?
Well, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna first. Did they get the battering ram I told them to get?
Yeah, they basically knocked down someone's stall and took a post.
That's perfectly fine. So first, we're gonna let the wizard try his thing, and if that fails, we're gonna muscle it. Then after the door comes down, well, we're gonna essentially do this medieval style. Our goal is first to secure the courtyard, because I want to lock down that. That way we can kind of do a room-to-room clear, and they have no way of getting out.
By the way, remember there's 2 doors, right?
Oh yeah, no. There's this one, and then it's a like a court, like I guess a.
There's a small little
Mhm.
area here, and then a bigger
Yeah.
door right there.
Yep, I remember that.
Okay.
Alright, so, Loker wants to know, you want me to use a spell on the door? I only got so much juice.
Hmm.
He did already spend some of his points burning down the inn.
Damn it. That's a good point. Alright, let's just do good old-fashioned muscle power and see if we can bash this damn door down. Does it look pretty damn sturdy?
Yes.
In my many years of experience, can I guesstimate how many men and what type of battering ram was needed to take down that door? Or that involved me needing skills like engineering and carpentry and whatnot.
No, I'm trying to find the spot about the door in the adventure.
What's his face? It's carpentry.
Your sidekick.
Always good when your own guy, the player who owns the guy, calls him that guy.
Power run.
It is a stout wooden gate bound in iron with a small peephole. You could do an observation check, I guess.
Ah, yes. Starting like a real operation. The officer's incompetent.
I'm just looking up the whole feat of strength thing. Just be 1 sec. Alright, so this would count as forcing open a barred door.
Alright.
And give 1 sec to grab goods and gear. Ugh. Since someone had to go and add battering rams to the mix.
Well, you could just say we made it through the door.
Just whatever
Right.
GM likes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that didn't help, so now I'm off to go get Lord Flatteroy's guide.
Hopefully it's flattering.
See, this is how I run my reps. My goal every night is to make sure they empty their entire bookshelf, trying to figure out rules.
Not that he can hear us right now.
No, but it's okay. I always talk behind his back.
Alright, you son of a bitch.
Whereas when Selfius is gone, he usually still has his wireless headphones on, so you can talk shit without him replying.
I'm totally here. That's right. Wireless headset, baby.
Funniest ones is when he would go to the bathroom and tell me ahead of times, and I could just sit there and say things while he was peeing. He stopped doing that after a little while.
Now it's a crapshoot as to whether I still have them on or not. Hey, am I right?
Hello.
A crapshoot. Oh god. Mission
You
accomplished.
like the pun, Zula. I know you do. I remember the chicken pun.
Especially when they're so shitty. Am I right? The chicken one?
This conversation's going down the toilet.
Ooh. It's the real pits, am I right? Yeah? Yeah.
And just piss off.
Eat shit and die?
This whole conversation makes me want to evacuate.
Whoa!
Look at this guy.
You belong in the bowels of the dungeon, that's all I can say.
So you've basically got about like six. Well, not maybe like anywhere between 4 and 6 guys have this ram, and it's not like it's the wolf or like an iron-bound one or anything. It's just like a log, but they run and they bash at the door. There's a huge like cracking noise. The door does not completely give in though, but you start to hear whistles coming from inside.
Again.
All right, they sort of reset themselves, and then they bash it again, and that second time is finally too much, and they bust the door open, and then you see like arrows sprout into them, and they drop the ram. Like one guy goes down. As the ones with the ram, they basically like let go, move to the side. Some of the other guys, basically run in with their shields up. And Mealy is essentially joined inside. Is Edic leading from the front or the rear?
I'm a knight, so that should answer your question.
All right.
So definitely the rear, because that's where he likes it.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, you could get through on your horse.
I like the sound of the word technically.
You'll also have to do a riding check, though, to move over the log.
All right. Well, I'm up for that. Would you like the riding check now?
Yeah. And can I get a stealth check or a sneaking check from Zatha?
I thought you wanted a stealth check from me. I'm like, I ain't sneaking shit.
Nice. Damn, your writing is fucking high.
It's just knights get it every level.
Still, I've gotten plenty of things every level, and I'm not anywhere near that. Partially because I roll like shit.
I've also been pumping points in from the beginning, and I need a high because I think to be a knight, you have to have a minimum riding of like over 50 just to qualify for the class.
Yeah.
Like I always found ironic, Edic like had such a high riding for so many levels, but like no horse until you got to like level 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So where he was learning?
That is true.
Okay, so this is going to get extremely messy.
So surprised.
Because it's the exact same picture, just with one saying mercenary and the other saying man-at-arms. There's actually a few more of them here. Now, I am not going to go through every single goddamn soldier in here. It'll take for friggin' ever.
Yeah. This is like where the mass combat rules, if they have them.
Yeah, that's where it would come in handy.
They had them in 4th edition.
No, they never did, actually.
Really? With all the skills like small unit tactics and stuff like that, they never actually had
Nope.
to come out?
They were due to come out. Someone was doing a Birthright, the setting. They were doing a Hackrite setting, and that was going to have all of the mass combat rules, but Wizards of the Coast sat on it for so long, it just never got done. Okay, so Zatha, you see there's the trap door that leads down from the roof into that dining room. What the hell's he doing?
Because they might be expecting something.
You do not see a trap.
I would like to sneak into the bottom and then just wait behind the curtain.
All right. You can make a listening check. You can hear Raktavira talking, and you can hear like the odd whimpering, crying out noise as well. On that note, the torture has begun. Well, here's hoping for not a ton of penetration.
It's the only time that's been said in this game.
That is surprisingly Like, Rinnin does not have many hit points. So.
Well, Rinnin takes 3 points of damage. I'm figuring each torture session is basically about 5 minutes or so. Because he's at this point, he's not torturing you for information. He's just torturing you because he wants to torture you.
Yeah.
And he's listening to your thoughts as it's happening, and it's making him, like, exceedingly evilly happy.
He's half-mast.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm totally fast.
But yeah, like, so you can hear this going on behind the curtain.
I kind of want to light a fire.
That's a common reaction to these kind of situations.
You do hear some more commotion from inside, like heavy-booted footsteps. So someone else just came into the room, and you hear a voice say, "Master, armed guards are at the front gate. They're breaking in." And Raktavira like pauses with like the stabbing that he's been doing to Rinnin. He's like, "Well, see them off. Who is it?" He's like, "I don't know. Town guard, perhaps?" "The wagon is prepared, though. We're ready to take it out." He's like, "Well, fight through them then." "Yes, sir." And you hear the other individual go back downstairs again.
After he leaves, I will come out from the curtain to see if I can cause some type of distraction or whatnot.
Are you like flamboyantly?
Oh, fuck
no. Okay, so do another sneaking check. Okay, so you slip out from behind the curtain, and you can see Raktavira is basically turning to go back inside. So his back is to you right now.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait. Because we've already established I can't hit him.
Yeah, exactly. You were under orders to rescue Rinnin, not engage someone you can't defeat. Because that's just suicide.
Unless that was a spell that has a duration, in which case it may have expired.
Or
Well, how would he have cast it immediately? Because we backstabbed him before he knew we were there.
Yeah, if he cast it at the beginning of the night and it had a duration of like 2 to 3 hours or something like that, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I think he needs special weapons to hit, like either silver or holy weapons, or at least just a magical weapon. I think you need those. Like, did you hit him with an offensive spell last game, or did you just fuck that up?
No, I tried to charm him, and then it didn't work at all.
And then he owned him.
Yeah, methinks. Well, it was a good idea. I agree with you. We didn't realize that he is more than human. So probably a skewering or fire thing would have been a better choice.
So Raktavira basically turns and he says, "Well, Rinnin, I guess our time is at an end."
So I'm going to pick up those candles and tell me what you guys think. I was going to throw the candles at him and see if they light his ropes on fire.
You grab the candle, sneak up behind him, and light his robe on fire, like holding it there, and then run like Stink.
I could try.
That
So
would be comedic, at least.
Of course, Zatha's run like Stink is like someone else's take 2 steps.
Well, I'm praying that, him being on fire might be a distraction versus little halfling, because throwing a candle at someone does not light them on fire.
Yeah, not usually.
I'm open
you
to
would
other
normally
ideas.
have to hold it up to them for a bit.
Now, if you had napalm, that'd be different.
Make an observation check.
He does have wine. I wonder if that can help.
Most of Rinnin and Imral's gear is like sitting in a pile in the corner. So anything that they would have had on them is basically like right here.
Did you have any crazy magical shit?
Still don't have that cursed spear, do you?
I mean, you could try the wand that can turn into any item. I believe that might be considered magical. I don't know.
No, I don't think it does. Though, can it change substance? Like, can it become a silver dagger?
I don't believe so.
Alright, and I'm also, of course, stretching with the silver thing, you don't know.
Well, but Zatha does have a silver dagger.
Oh, that's true, you do too.
Yeah, it seems kind of a reach.
Yeah, exactly. Does he have, like, really, really, really strong alcohol sitting around there?
He had wine.
Yeah, that would count.
Yeah, I got nothing else helpful.
Didn't you still have a wand of fire?
It will only light candles.
And robes.
It could light a robe.
Technically, it can do not just the candlelight thing, but like the apprentice level fire spell or something.
Firefinger.
Yeah.
Alright.
But technically, you have to be a mage to use it.
Right.
Damn it.
And like,
So yeah,
Renan-
Zatha is standing there feeling very almost impotent as he watches this guy like bringing the knife down towards Rinan's throat.
I'm open to ideas here, fellas.
Other than you being courageous and throwing something at him and running away, hopefully dragging him away from Brennan, yeah, I'm kind of... The only other thing I can think of, you're right, is the fire.
yeah.
My hope was to light the room on fire while he was still torturing him, but it seems like the end is coming.
Instead of a candle, is there a torch on the wall that you can grab and throw?
The only light in the room are these two candles.
Is that little
Oh, okay.
candle? Yeah.
Because other than that, I was thinking...
What
wait
about
a
in the
minute.
other room? Are there torches in the other room? Because it's pretty bright in there.
Wait a minute. You have a lantern on you, don't you? Which implies you have lantern fuel, which is was very combustible. So could you cover his back with lamp oil and then light that on fire?
Remember, lamp oil's not napalm.
It's not napalm, but it's more than... It's a.
But I
it's a
could like
dart.
pull it out and like splash him and then hold the candle up to it.
Yeah, that kind of idea.
How much do I want to help these guys? That's the real question.
I don't know, just a thought.
GM ruling.
Allow me to consult the setting shit on fire section.
Because even if you like light him on fire to distract him and then like hopefully take off, I know he will eventually catch you, but maybe you can get far enough ahead and distract him from killing Renan. Even if you could retreat back up the ladder and then like I don't know, swing down the rope fast.
My plan would be to light him on fire and run like hell.
Yeah, I figured running like hell was part of the plan.
Before there were two elves to distract him from running after me, so...
So, yeah, like, clothing is it class B material, requires D6p seconds of continuous contact with an open flame.
How about clothes colored in later in lantern oil?
Just gonna have to look at the oil thing. no good. From the player's handbook. Lamp oil. This is a relatively inexpensive vegetable oil, typically olive, not kerosene. It does not burn at room temperature and is only mildly flammable when heated, as occurs when drawn up a wick towards an open flame. Dousing an opponent with lamp oil will not subsequently allow them to be set aflame, nor is it possible to use lamp oil as Molotov cocktail or petrol bomb.
Lame.
Damn it.
Alright, so what's going on down in the... basically, what is your primary goal here, Eddic? And actually make another leadership check. Like, do you have any short-term specific goals?
Yes. The goals, the short term I have is to get more guys piled into here. I want to get through this door into the main courtyard to secure it. What the hell is this?
That is another door.
Interesting. And what I want to do is I want to get Palrune to... is this the wagon over here?
No, that's a... actually, that's probably even... That's a tent that looks like it's been knocked down. And those two laborer dudes are not there.
All right. How about all
there's like a little campsite here, which looks like it was totally disturbed and roughed up.
Quick question: is this is a tent, right?
Yes.
Is it pitched or laying flat on the ground?
It was pitched and then got knocked over.
Now I don't know if I'm supposed to understand this, but I see tokens under there. So I'm wondering, like, yeah, a bunch of laborers. Are they like all hiding? Okay, thank you. I just was wondering if I was getting into an ambush, and I didn't know how.
No, they were. There were people sleeping in there, but they were all removed forcibly.
All right. So my goal is to get, and there's no bad guys in here, right?
Yeah, you have basically fought and taken the courtyard.
All right. So I want to get through the next door ASAP.
So the bigger doors, the double
The
doors
bigger doors,
here.
yes. And I want to get Palrune with his carpentry to blockade this door somehow so it cannot be opened from inside.
To spike the doors?
Exactly. So we can still go through it later, but anyone on the inside of there would have a hard time getting out into us. Like, it'd be pretty obvious if they were coming through. Like, we'd have to hear them bashing down the door, that type of stuff.
He'll see what he can do, but I mean, you know, we have to have materials to do it with.
He can use the busted up other door as materials.
All right. Okay, so this door is a bit bigger and ironically makes it actually easier to knock down.
Really?
So like, yeah, they pick up it's not as fortified as the other door was. So they pick up the battering ram and they basically smash through it almost immediately. But then you like almost immediately hear a voice yell "Fire!" and then just like arrows pour in.
I'll tell the guys to get back.
All right, so they all look to you, Sir Eddic. What do we do?
Hold on.
Like there's
I'm
entrenched.
I take a quick peekaboo around the corner. Hopefully, like, you know, not losing a head. I'll keep my body shield slightly up in front of me so I can peek around. And when I say body shield, I just mean large shield. I don't actually have a body shield.
All right, so you kind of move up a bit, and you can see up ahead there is basically a pool, like a nice little fountain.
You mean this pool right here?
Yeah, surrounding that is a bunch of hedges.
Do I see the guys on the other side aiming arrows this way?
And you can also see, like, in here there's like pillars. There's like an entire veranda surrounding it. So there's guys basically crouched down behind the hedges, and then also guys behind the pillars, basically taking pot shots with short bows.
All right. I'm gonna yell out that if they surrender now, they will be shown clemency for their master's crimes. That they will not be held. Well, they will be held, but they will not be as harshly judged for the crimes of their master.
Make an oratory check.
Or their demon worshipping master. Can I spend chivalry points on this?
No. If this whole thing works out, you'll probably get some honor out of it. So, because remember, you do have to actually be in great honor to use chivalry points.
Yeah, I know it's bullshit.
Okay, so you're talking about how there will be clemency, and then another voice from amongst the men starts shouting out, "There will be no clemency. They're going to get rid of you, and if they don't do it, then the master will take you out. He'll feed upon you." So he's doing an intimidation check to try to cancel out yours.
Ah.
Actually, your oratory was better. So Satiru Ritu is basically trying to intimidate them into fighting, but as they see more and more like town guards pour in, a lot of these mercenaries are kind of like, "Ooh, screw this." Although at this moment they still outnumber you, so.
Fair enough. I'm gonna turn to. Actually, shit, because that's a pain in the ass. Can I turn to Power, who is working on this door? Tell him to stop quietly, and tell him to actually see if he can open and take a look what's inside there.
All right, I don't believe this door is even locked, so.
You can have Thelvin help him out.
He opens it, and it's a barn.
Now, does that barn have any other doors in or out? Can't see. Aha.
There are actually some serving staff loading up, basically hitching up some horses.
Order the service staff to come out here into the corridor and tell the city guards to arrest them and pull them outside to back here.
Okay, as soon as they see that the door's been opened and you yell that, they all make a break for this door.
Huh.
They're like, "Oh shit, it's the Fuzz!"
Please tell me they call him the Fuzz.
Alright, when I look into this barn, is there any windows or whatever on this side where if we went in there could arrows come through and kill us?
This entire manor has shockingly no windows.
As if this person on the inside does not like sunlight?
Or the person who made the map didn't think about it.
Oh, one of the two. Alright. So, then my new order is to tell Power to fuck up that wagon by any means necessary.
Okay. Some of the other men do go in here.
Do you want Power into roll a carpentry or something?
No, I mean, it doesn't really require anything special to fuck up a wagon.
All you gotta do is break a wheel.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can see that, because they were just getting it ready. But basically, a couple of the other men are able to kind of secure the door.
Alright. I got a new idea. No, that's a crazy idea.
Oh, great.
Kind of like the idea, though. Alright. Where's this wizard?
There he is.
Awesome.
Love it.
Ask him, does he have any area effect fire spells?
Oh, so now I actually have to figure out what spells this guy's got.
You just need to say fireball. That's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear. Just fireball. By the way, that is a great wizard ability. Oh, let me guess. The Earl is still outside?
Yeah.
What a fuck.
He's waiting because remember, there's more men coming.
Oh,
And
that's
he has to direct them in.
Oh, I get it. That's the excuse. Okay. He's not. He still hasn't gotten over that comment I made about him a long time ago.
He doesn't have Fireball, but he has Heat-Seeking Fist of Thunder.
That could work.
That sounds interesting.
Otherwise, it's all Scorch and Firefinger time.
All right.
Heat-Seeking Fist of Thunder is actually an awesome spell. I kind of hoped that I got that one.
Hit the commander guy.
Actually, that's exactly what I was planning on doing.
He has to
Well,
be
it is
holding a
heat-seeking.
torch, so...
A heat source at least as large as a torch.
Yeah.
There you go. So here's the game plan. He's gonna fire that motherfucker to distract all the people on the inside, because it's gonna put on a show. If it goes straight to commander or one of the other mercs, that's fine. Once that happens, there is going to be a massive bum rush of my guys at their archers. Now I'm hoping that some of the mercenaries are questioning what they're doing right now, so I'm hoping the mad rush might make some of them panic and drop their weapons and surrender. They surrender, move on to the next person that's not surrendering, and deal with them. My goal is I'm going to be charging right at the fucking commander with my horse and lance.
Get off my horse.
I'm not getting off my horse.
So there's only really one like torch that you could even really see from here.
What's that? So none of these tools are holding a torch, eh?
No. It's almost like the two torches in this area provide enough light to see by.
Why don't you have someone throw the torch in
Throw a torch,
and then
yeah.
aim it at the torch?
In fact, I grabbed the torch that's right
That's
beside
right
my
next to
head,
you.
and I'm gonna wing it, kind of like right over here.
You could just charge in with it yourself.
What are you trying to say? Like I just hold up the torch, and then he fires the missile at me?
You've got the hit points to take it.
No, I don't.
Alright, he tells you it'll take 2 seconds to cast it, but so say when you're gonna throw it so I can start casting it before you do it.
Gotcha.
You know, at this point Valencio might say, hey,
Yes.
do you want one of these buff spells or something maybe?
You know, that might actually be a fine thing to do. Totally forgot that you're useful. Okay. Buffs.
Okay. He says he can start casting Divine Grace on you.
How long will that take?
Takes 6 seconds to cast.
Alright.
But when it's cast for the next 60 seconds, you cannot fumble.
Seriously?
Yes.
Alright. Well,
That would be especially good for our group.
like all of us can't fumble, or just me?
One creature.
We're kind of working as a one unit entity here, like one creature. We were all meshing together. No? Alright. Well, that's going on. Can I actually start calling out the leader? Like, can I say, why don't you you're done, your men are taken, the city guard is just going to keep piling in here. Why don't you and I settle this mano a mano? Like,
Oh, Valencia could also cast Laryngitis on the guy so he can't talk.
give it a second. We'll try that in a second. So yeah, I'm going to call out the leader.
are you calling out the leader, or like, are you still throwing a torch? What's the
Right
the
now,
plan?
okay, new plan is Valencio's casting his spell on me for 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, he's casting that spell on me for 6 seconds. The wizard's just getting ready. I just have a torch in my hand, but while those 6 seconds is going on, that 6 seconds will be me calling out the big boss. Well, not the big boss,
All right.
because he's up in this tower, but calling out the boss of these guards.
Is there? I don't think there's not really like a good heckling skill now.
No, not like the one that killed my character.
Make a.
last game.
Do you have distraction?
I do have distraction.
You could do distraction, so they're focusing on you talking.
I have distraction like everyone has distraction.
Well, okay. Then,
But it's not like you're trying to get them to focus on you because you're distracting them so you can do something else. You're just trying to, like, cajole the guy into...
Blinking at you for 3 seconds.
No, not even blinking at you. Like, I think he genuinely, I believe Eddic genuinely wants to fight this guy one-on-one, right?
Yeah, like, I am a knight. I will go toe-to-toe with him single-handedly.
After we blow him the fuck up.
Well, I can't stop what my party does, independently of what I'm doing, but yeah. So you still think this is a distract, or would you go about another skill?
Well, the only reason I was going to say distraction is because what that actually does is it gives them a few second penalty, which would be seconds they can't run away while the torch is sitting there. Like, you're unskilled, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it only distracts them for 1 second.
That could be 1 second long enough, though.
Would it be more of an oration thing because you're trying to get the guy to...
Yeah, I mean, you could do an oration, I guess. It might actually even be seduction.
Oh,
yeah. Ironically, those skills are pretty close.
Or persuasion, rather.
I
You
like
stick with
Nope,
seduction.
seduction.
Yep.
I also work with seduction.
Yeah, no, it would be persuasion.
God damn it.
Convince a person to perform a task that results in great inconvenience.
How does fighting me make a great inconvenience? He's a fighter.
Persuade an individual to do something not in keeping with his normal personality.
He would normally sacrifice all of his men.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I cut it.
Yeah, seduction would be if you were going to exchange, like, even money. Like, if you were going to give him something. But, yeah, it requires more time than this. So that's your persuasion.
Yeah, I'm a very persuasive man.
With a novice level of persuasion, you are able to convince a person to do something they already were inclined to do anyways.
He's already inclined to kill me.
What's your oratory level?
31 was that novice? No.
Yeah, you could do a very difficult oration check.
Oh, what the hell? Let's roll the dice. Oh.
No, you need to get a 21 on this.
No, well, I tried.
So yeah, you're like, you can fight me. The reason I was making oration is to see how much it affects everybody else, not just him.
Mm-hmm.
They are basically watching you and listening to this, and you feel holy power fill you from behind.
Oh, yeah.
I think
I love
Valencio
holy
does
power
that to
from
people a
behind.
lot.
Valencio does do that to people a lot. They get filled with so much holy power from behind.
Yeah. So
And Valencio refuses to sleep on the wet spot. Anyway.
And then Loker is like, all right,
All right, fuck
do it.
Plan B, throw the damn torch in. So I look at him and go, I'm throwing it, and I chuck it in. To hopefully around here-ish.
You know, aside from unarmed combat, the one thing that always makes any DM or GM pause is grenade-like missiles.
Yep.
Unarmed combat is like the biggest rat's nest of rules generally in any system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cyberpunk makes it pretty easy. When they have a full martial arts system, so.
I don't suppose you have the overhand throwing proficiency.
Indeed, I don't. But what type of proficiency is it? Like when I'm saying, like, you know, low, medium, high. That type.
It's low.
So yeah, I do have it. Fighters get it.
Okay, they're rate of fire of 7 seconds, but, you know, that'd be to grab something else, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's part of, like, the reload throw type thing.
Hurled objects are treated as javelins for purposes of range penalties.
Really? A javelin?
Alright, it's like 70 feet to this guy.
That's a long way.
Which would translate to a -6 on your attack roll.
Woohoo!
But you're aiming at a static defender, so it's a D12P is the difficulty to hit. Alright, so yeah, make an attack roll with a -6.
Ooh.
Alright, so you throw the torch. It goes, you know, streaming off in the air, and everyone kind of pauses and looks at it. Because it is still night and dark, so, and it is full of terrors.
Yes.
Plink. Alright, so it lands there. And then Loker casts his heat-seeking Fist of Thunder. And you guys are like, why couldn't we have a wizard that did this stuff?
I know.
Because we can't have nice things.
Pretty much.
So it creates this, you know, glowing blue fist that goes skyrocketing away from Loker right towards that torch. And it, you know, it hits the torch and explodes out into a wave of energy. And makes a loud thunderclap. Destroying the torch.
Oh no!
But everyone within 20 feet takes 3d4 damage.
Plus 500.
That's quite the amping that he did then.
No, it does 3d4 damage normally.
No, if it's plus 500, that's quite a bit of amping.
Yeah. Okay. He probably would amp it a little bit, though. Ooh, that's pretty expensive, though. He'll put another 2d4 into it. So that's 4d4p.
If he puts 2 more d4 into it, it'll be 5d4, won't it?
Oh, you're right, yeah. Okay, so... Oh my god, is that enough? 13 and 13 and 13 would be 39, and they start with 32. Yes, so it is. Alright, so essentially, when it goes off in this thunderous boom. And all of the sort of men in the area, like the soldiers, are stunned, but Satiru himself isn't. And he basically starts walking towards the door where you guys are.
Well,
And
that's when I
Eddic
yell
starts
charge.
walking. Yeah.
Oh, there's no walking. I yelled charge. That was part of the plan if they didn't cooperate.
Alright, so how are you charging exactly? Like, are you jumping the hedge?
How high is that hedge?
It's just a shrubbery. It's maybe 3 feet.
Now, I have to ask the question that every single knight in all history has to ask. Can the horse get through there?
Through where?
Through here.
Yes, it's a door specifically meant for caravans with horses to go through.
So then, yes, I am charging at him, full tilt, lance, horse, the whole 9 yards. Well,
Alright, I guess the question I'm asking is, are you going like that? Or like that?
that sounds more about right.
So you're going head on?
I'm going head on, and my men will be piling in behind me to deal with all the others.
Alright, you will need to make a riding check then.
I
because
assume so.
You're going to have to jump the fountain.
Mm-hmm.
So meanwhile, up in the tower, Zatha... I know you whispered something earlier. I gotta go back up and find it.
I did.
Or maybe you actually, like, in real life whispered it, and I just didn't.
Nope.
And anyway, it was about setting something on fire. So you're thinking of, like, okay, if I set the drapes on fire, and then that could start it. And then you hear, like, this loud thunderclap from down in the courtyard.
Does what's-his-face get distracted?
Yeah, he's like, what? He looks very perturbed about that.
I would like to now move over here so he doesn't see me if he comes out.
Okay, so you're, like, in the pile of their stuff. He comes out and he just sort of yells, Satiru! Satiru! He looks back at Renan, and it kind of looks like he's thinking of just walking in there and stabbing him in the face and being done with it.
But that's just too easy.
But he basically just walks over to here and opens the door and just kind of starts yelling down.
Now, I'm going to sneak in and take... How long will it take me to cut Renan out of this thing?
You're not sure.
Shit.
Is there a lock on the back of the door?
No, there's a lock on the front of the door, but not the back.
So he wasn't, like, he wouldn't lock himself in there privately?
No.
Okay.
That's usually not how prisons are made.
Well, I mean, there's locks over here, so I thought that...
So, are you going into the room then?
I'm just going to keep hanging here. Like, I don't think... Do you want me to try and cut you out, Renan? Can you spellcast anything, or if I do that?
If I'm not gagged and my hands are free, yes.
Well, that's my plan, is to, like, get your hands free and take that gag out so you can blow him the fuck away.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my only move.
That's on my only move, too, unless he leaves the room and then I light... Or it goes back in and I try and light something on fire. Like, these are our options.
I can't... It's not like I can really communicate with you, so...
I'm gonna go in and cut you free. I'm rolling the dice.
Go for
Rolling
the
the
hands first.
dice.
Make a sneaking check.
It all lies on this.
Oh yeah.
You're a sneaky motherfucker.
That's supposed.
It's opposed.
Figured.
But with modifiers of all the noise going on downstairs now, well, I mean, as far as you know, you just made it.
Alright, let's cut him out.
So yeah, you sneak in. There's a big bloody pile on the there's like a big blood stain right in front here, but you can see on this table, which is also covered in blood, Renan is tied to it, and he's gagged, and it looks like, you know, he's been sliced up a bit. There's a cup of wine also sitting on the table, but that's about it.
So a regular
Fine.
Friday night for him.
Pretty much.
Uh-huh.
Are you cutting his hands like first or the gag first?
Hands first. And then I'm going to get my silver dagger ready after I get him all free, because it's better than trying something else.
Yeah, pretty
All right, so when Zatha cuts your hands free, you can basically take the gag off yourself.
Yep, that's what I was planning on doing.
And then I can cut his feet.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen.
I want to be behind the table, by the way.
I'm gonna need you guys to do initiative checks. Renan and Zatha. Now, you guys are totally 100% expecting him to come in and know what's gonna happen. So you're just rolling D3s. And that's as low as they can go, so no, they don't get modified any further.
I don't even have an option to roll a d3
Right.
in my drop down.
Okay, well then just roll the D4 and see what happens.
1 second.
God damn it. He is going through the doorway with absolute knowledge that there's an opponent on the other side, but you're not an opponent per se.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call it
victim?
an opponent.
Yeah, so he's going to roll a D10.
He's gonna get like a
Except-
-2 again.
By the way, I mean, Renin could do a monster lore.
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask about that last time, but I figured it wasn't relevant at this point.
Yeah. Initiative die is 2 types better.
I'm so dead.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Think positive, guys. It didn't work out too well last time, but now it'll be better. You're more knowledgeable, and he's exerted himself.
Yeah, I feel like this whole thing was a no-win from the very beginning.
I recommend you using spells if you can.
To you, this sounds something with hands backwards like that. The only thing you've ever heard, it's a creature called the Rakosh.
Which would make sense with his name.
Srinpo. They're rumored to be evil spirits that they're originally rumored to be from Sphivmosia, but it's been heard that they've been found pretty much in every part of the world: southern Brandobia, imperial lands of Terrasato, and even up by Lake Yorak. But the Calamoran name for them is Rakshasa. They're said to have the heads of tigers and be innately magical and require magic to harm them.
So I'm not helpful.
I've always said you're magic.
But that's just in bed.
What, that you're magic in bed?
Mhm.
Well, I'm thinking, Renin, if you have a chance, see if you could blow the shit out of him.
Well, but I go way after him. And
Well,
like
that's
my
why
spell takes 2 seconds to cast.
That's why I'm hoping Zatha will distract him with his deacon and dive and a full dodge. I don't know. I'm just trying to help you.
Another moment when actually having the distract skill would have been really helpful. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to coach too much or anything. But
Oh my goodness, you should drop your drop your junk on his face.
he's like, I've been having visions of this all day.
Oh gosh. If nothing else works and Renin dies, and it looks like you are too, please just drop your pants.
You've got Edek. You have a lance, right?
Indeed, I do. In fact, I have a fine quality lance.
Essentially, you leap over. You've obviously got reach, so you can just make an attack roll.
Cool.
Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna do initiative for you and put you on 1.
So just make an attack roll?
Yep. Does he have a shield? do. Ooh, you hit him.
Oh yeah. Now, I am going fast. I'm going like faster than a trot. So it says the damage dice are doubled, but I also get a +2 from just being a lance on my actual dice. But where did we determine the double was? It ended up being 68, not 88, right? Because 88 is just
Correct.
it's just ridiculous.
It's doubled and then +2.
That's what I thought. Yes.
And I was worried that I wasn't going to have enough material. Jesus.
Okay.
Well, that's enough for a threshold pain check.
I fucking hope so.
That's insanity.
Oh.
Wow. Oh no. Okay, he didn't do it. I was looking at him opposite at first, and I was like, he stayed up through that?
So yeah, Edic just like plows this guy with the lance, and he's stunned. Although he's only stunned for like 10 seconds.
Oh, my horse is trampling on him.
The horses don't trample.
There is.
Or actually, wait, no, yeah, there's a. Hold on, let me check it. Wait, didn't I put a whole thing about this?
Yeah, I think you did. You put up all the rules.
This has really got to shake up his underlings, though. Am I right? Eh?
I'm hoping so.
Oh, roll a d4 for knockback.
Oh, good. Yeah, actually, I was about to say there's probably some knockback involved with this.
It uses a special knockback.
Oh, so just a D4, right?
Just a d4. "45 degrees left." If I was really thinking ahead when I did that, I also would have put the page number on that picture.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, the page is 233. I just have that page open.
All right, roll a d20 roll d20 plus 10. And do I know what this guy's dex is? Hell no.
Hell yeah, crit.
Oh, fuck. Well, roll another d6p. His defense is 9. Shield gives... Alright, he is trampled. That's an extra d6p damage. Okay. Oh, actually, no, he wouldn't get trampled. I see what this means now. Okay.
Oh,
So he he
got
takes
bashed
the
out of
regular. Yeah, that's if you miss, right? So,
Okay,
all
yeah.
right. So you do a normal knockback on him. So roll the regular knockback die because you rolled like 50 fucking damage. Same thing, which is like right into door. Oh, actually into his quarters. What do you know?
Oh, there you go. So did he fly like 50 feet kind of thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm checking for the damage. Because he is going to crash into the door. You can... Okay. I don't know. He's disoriented and you get to make a quick hand-to-hand attack. So it's like a near-perfect defense.
Really?
So you can make another attack roll.
It's like you kick him in the face.
All right.
Yeah, you knock him into the wall and then kick him in the face. But bash him with your shield or something.
All right. Do I get to add my lance
No.
stuff? It's just okay without the specialization from lance.
Yeah, just your regular stuff, unless you have unarmed.
No, I never took that proficiency. I'm actually just checking. No, I never took that proficiency. I should.
Be like a cleric of the Power Master. Oh, great.
Yeah.
All right, so roll d4p minus 2 plus a d4p minus 2
I know. I
plus
have
your
that
strength. All right.
I actually have that one already worked up.
And then you get another free attack next second.
So what you're saying is I almost fucked this guy up.
I can't remember. Does that ignore armor?
I don't know. You
I
have
don't
to
think
look
so.
that
I
shit
don't
up.
think so. So yeah, you bash him into the door basically, and because you do, the horse continues moving. You basically give him a kick, but it just like goes up against his armor. But because he totally botched that shit, you get to go again on 2.
Awesome.
So Zatha, have you figured out what you're doing?
Do we know when this guy's going?
I mean, in theory, you don't have really any idea.
Well, I'm just going to get in his face and stab him with my dagger. And hopefully he's
Alright.
surprised and it counts as a backstab.
Go for it.
It's actually a 16.
Yeah,
Because
because
I'm using the silver one.
yeah.
Ho ho!
Of fucking course.
But it's not a critical defense, so you just miss him. Oh wait, no, you had a 16. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
so it is.
Yeah, it's miss.
So he gets a perfect defense, so he gets to attack back.
What if you use your +1? Right?
Well,
Then
the
he would
defender wins.
still win. I would
Oh,
have to
yeah,
use
yeah,
it.
yeah,
And I
that's
can't
right.
use... Oh, I could use my mulligan for the round. Because I get
Yeah.
one mulligan a day.
You'd have to roll an 11 to beat him. Which, I mean, 50% odds. The other thing is, you could just try to dodge his next attack. And you've got
But then I
pretty
don't
good
get the
defense.
backstabbing goodness.
I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah,
Alright,
your
so
best tactic right now is for you to dodge and deke and dive his attacks until Rinnin can blast him with a spell.
Sounds good. Ah, fuck. Because that's actually a 14.
Luck points.
Yes, I will use 2 of my points.
So yeah, you try to stab him, and he's just way too fast, and knocks your hand away from him, and tries to attack you back, but
I'm writing it.
I really hope this has something to do with Rinin's nudity.
no one said Rinnin was nude.
Yeah, he totally is. You said that last time, that he took all of my gear and stripped both Imral and I naked.
You did technically say
Okay, yeah, I did. Yeah.
And to be fair, he seemed like the type of person that would do that before torturing.
Absolutely.
So he missed. And I already yelled it. Or I thought I did.
Okay, yeah, so it's like, oh, there's the halfling that have been having his junk thrown at me in visions for the past while.
And I would like to go full defense.
Eric, you get a follow-up attack.
All right, all my boys, including other NPCs as in party members, we're supposed to be flooding in behind.
They are. I'm just not bothering to do it on the map because it'll
All right.
take forever. I'm just worrying about you versus the guy.
All right, that's cool. So another attack.
Yeah. Same rolls as the first time.
It is, isn't it? Oh, you still get defense even when you're threshold of pain?
Yeah.
Okay, I just keep forgetting that.
You could just be coup de grace. Jesus. You're not charging anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are correct.
Oh, God.
Not that it matters.
I hope it's higher this time.
Just penetrates like 15 times.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
So basically, what happens? You're like, yeah. What the hell's your horse's name?
Trigger.
It's not Trigger.
Something in folky, isn't it?
Indeed.
But it does. If it's in folky, doesn't that just mean something? So you could just
It
say what
does.
it is.
Ass fuck.
It means
No.
it means Iron Destroyer.
Iron Destroyer. Okay.
Oh. Mine is better.
I didn't. Well, I was almost gonna go with the same name from Hackmaster 4th Edition.
The Peasant Mangler.
It was Panzer the Peasant Mangler.
Okay, so what was it? Iron what?
Iron Destroyer.
Sounds like a metal song.
It is a metal song.
Iron Destroyer, yeah! And then you leap over the pond and the hedge, landing amidst all these stunned soldiers that had a disembodied exploding hand go off in their face. Ram your lance into this guy's shoulder, basically pinning him into the door, kicking him in the face, so he smashes back again, and then taking the lance out and then just stabbing it right through his guts. And he dies.
This is when I demand the surrender of all the men in the yard.
Yeah, that'd probably do it.
Yeah, I think I don't think anyone will want to fight after that.
Okay, so now Raktavira, he looks at Zatha and he's like, "You little fuck," and he's gonna take a swing at you with a knife.
So how much is full defense? It's my whatever my attack bonus is. I get that in defense.
No, you can choose to full defense. It gives you a +5 to your defense, but you lose your next attack basically.
Sounds good.
It totally resets your count.
Which would only add 1 second in this case.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Wow, that roll.
No, well, mine didn't matter. I was just doing it to put the. Oh, it didn't do it.
Zatha makes a full parry.
Nah, I was just trying to do something.
Oh. Holy fucking shit.
Is that with the +5?
So with the +5, it's 27.
Do you have 5 more luck points? You could use your daily. You could use your daily +1 and then 4 luck points.
At least that falling damage was healed.
Seriously.
Man, that
Guess
guy
I'll
rolls...
use some.
Go ahead.
Guess I'll use some luck points. Cause can't use them when you're dead.
Yep.
So I need to use 5.
Well, then they get used to see if you come back as a ghost or not.
Do they really?
That would be amazing if it was true.
I don't think there's any halfling undead. Like, there's a whole bunch of, like, other demi-human specific undead, at least in the old edition, which I'm hoping gets put into here, but... Because there's the blind wretched pursuers, those are gnomes. And then there's the, Scretch Whalers, which is undead, nasty dwarven women.
What?
They're just like old dwarven undead women that harass you and scold you all the time.
That's horrible. It's like permanently having a mother-in-law around.
Exactly. I mean, I find funny you guys specifically got a wizard, but you haven't sent him up yet.
Well, you not had us give me enough time to like fucking secure the courtyard yet.
Okay, it's probably going to take another minute or so to actually secure the courtyard.
Well, that's why I'm having Power, being the other fighter, use a bunch of the men-at-arms to de-equip all the mercenaries here and have them face the wall with their face to the wall and their hands behind their back, leaning their head against the wall. No, this is how that you actually hold a prisoner in the military. It's freaking humiliating. And then after that, I'm going to take said wizard and Valencio and Thelvin and whatever whatever men-at-arms I have, and I'm going to start going through the house. Like, which is the main house? Like, up here?
I totally did not see what you
I
just
believe
did.
the tower is somewhere over here. I can't actually see on the map, though.
I thought it was like here-ish.
It's here.
Ah, I guessed
Alright.
blind and got it.
Yeah, so I'm going to be heading towards the tower because I know that's what they said where his torture place was. So I'd be moving towards the tower area.
And bring the wizard.
Yeah, the wizard's in tow. I'm just leaving Power out here to take control of this yard with a small contingent of men-at-arms, maybe. Because I got, like 30 men-at-arms? I'm going to leave him 10 to secure this courtyard, and I'm taking the rest up into the tower.
All right. That will take a little while to do, though.
Yeah.
All right, so on second 6, Rinnan.
And
free.
I assume I cannot take my horse into the tower.
No.
I didn't think so.
Walk up.
I assume I can't take my horse into the tower. That's the best question I've ever heard.
Horses can't walk upstairs.
Can
That's
they
a
walk
lie.
downstairs? I thought they could walk upstairs.
Or is
but
it
it's going down.
dogs?
It's cows.
Was that dog? Cows can't go
Cows
upstairs.
can't go downstairs.
Yeah, you can leave a cow upstairs, but it won't go downstairs. That's why at U of T, the joke was always to leave a cow in the dean's office.
I was just referring to Shaun of the Dead.
I was referring to real life.
Or that was
events.
like, or dogs can't look up or something like that.
Dogs can look up.
All right, Raktavira's gonna take another swing at old Zatha.
If dogs couldn't look up, that would be quite.
My God, it was a quote from a movie.
From a really stupid guy in the movie.
I have never seen that movie.
I mean, it was technically a quote from a stupid guy quoting another stupid guy.
That's like 2 layers of stupid.
Are you going full defense again?
Damn straight. Tie goes to the halfling.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Starting to get pissed off. You might decide to switch to spells. That did reset your count, though.
Although they went at the same time. How does that work?
Oh, that's a good point. Well, no, he was going full defense, though, so he wasn't doing an attack. He said he was just doing full defenses to be in the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rinnan, what are you doing?
Not the best roll I've ever had, but not terrible. That's all I can
Hit
do.
him with everything you got.
What was that? A magic missile skewering?
Yeah. So no DR. I'm sad that that 4 didn't penetrate into anything better than a 0.
I know.
All right. As soon as you do that much damage to him with magic, he's like, "Fuck this."
I was wondering if he was going to be one of those creatures that you can only hurt with magic. That way they only have like 25 hit points or something.
He's heading to the curtain, to the trap door.
To go out the top.
Yeah.
How hard is it to trip somebody? Or do I just want to let him go?
Well, you heard us talk about the unarmed combat rules.
True. I'm just gonna let him go, because I don't want to fuck with that.
All right, so he runs into there and like basically goes up onto the roof. So what are you doing then? Brennan looks a little worse for wear. Mind you, you're a little. Oh no, you're just a little unlucky now.
Yep. I'll tell him where gear is.
Yeah, I'll go grab it. I'll grab Emerald's stuff too. Tells Atha what happened to Emerald.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep.
She was kind of a bitch, though.
If by bitch you mean awesome.
All right, so for Eddic, as you're basically in the process of clearing this place up,
Yeah.
some of your men tell you that there's a door here.
Where? Oh, there? Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's a locked door, and they can hear people behind it, like all like banging and like asking to be let out. And also, there's a door here and over here that have been barricaded from the back, like behind, and they can't get into them.
All right. Here's what we do. Tell them to cautiously open this door under power room supervision. And, if it's a trap, start killing them.
Power on?
Yeah. But if it actually is hostages, get them out.
Alright, yeah, they open it up, and it turns out it's like a lot of the servants, basically all relatively young, fairly attractive women that are just like the cleaning ladies and stuff, as well as some of the drovers and caravan people that were camped out in the courtyard.
All right.
Like, oh, what's going on? What happened? They just ushered us in and...
Tell the soldiers to police them, line them up against the wall the same way as I have with the captured mercenaries. If there is a wolf hiding amongst them, this is how we're going to do it. So just have them line up against the wall as well. But my main concern is I want to get up into the tower right away, leaving 2 guards on each barricaded door, and we'll break those in later.
Okay, so the tower is over here.
Yes.
I think the door is probably actually open.
All right. Start going up with the wizard and a bunch of the men at arms.
All right, and you guys are just basically like running all the way up to the top, or are you stopping?
What I'm doing is I'm moving up to the top with the wizard, and I'm actually calling out for Rinnan or Zatha.
Okay, so you guys could probably hear Eddic calling for you after a little while, coming from below. Like he's obviously scaling the tower.
Oh, okay. I will head up to the top of the tower then. Just to make sure he doesn't get owned by what's-his-face guy. Raktavira.
Alright, so you climb up after Raktavira.
Double checking I don't get smacked in the face.
Yeah, you see. Okay, so Eddic and Coel, it'll still take them a little while to get up the stairs. They're huffing and puffing their way up. What's Rinnan doing?
Just chilling.
Okay, just sitting on the slab.
Yep.
So Zatha, you get up on the roof and you see Raktavira standing at the edge, basically at the northern edge, looking down at the street. And he looks over at you, and he basically just gives you the finger and jumps off.
Well, okay. I will go look over the edge and see where he's going.
Now let me double check. His damage reduction should handle most of this, but
Penetrations.
Yeah, this is the time he's not even going to penetrate at all. It's going to be like minimum damage.
And note for future tactical formation, leave spikes at the bottom.
Oh shit.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
that does do a lot.
Holy Christ.
So 25 is 16. Not enough for a threshold pain check, though.
Damn it.
So yeah, you see him just like crash onto the cobblestones amidst like a bunch of guards and stuff, and like everyone looks shocked. They're like, "Oh my God, is this guy okay?" And then he just stands up and starts booking it. You know, as a halfling who's 40 feet up, there's no way that you'll be able to keep up with this guy.
Oh God, no! I'm just gonna like point at him and be like, "There he goes." But other than that, I'm done. I don't want any more of that. I'm here to make money, not
Alright.
fight.
So you basically come down. Actually, you probably also see from the top of the tower that the Earl is arriving with like another 20 soldiers. So Edic, yeah, you eventually make you and Loker make your way up into the top room, where you see Ridden just sort of sitting there, trying to put his britches on.
Nope, still naked.
No, okay, just sitting there naked, all like covered in scratches and lesions and stuff.
My God, man, what's happened to you? Where is he? Where's Raktavira?
I'll point up the ladder.
I
At that point, Zatha is coming down.
I look at Zatha. Well, is he still up there?
No, he jumped down, and I kind of point in the direction he went.
Damn it.
He ran off that way,
To return again as a recurring villain.
and he probably leveled up.
No, maybe we did. Would he get experience?
He did kill what's her face.
Yeah, she can't be worth that much.
She's not. She was level 4.
I could roll over my sleep and kill her.
Potentially, yeah.
All right. What time is it now? 9:40. Let's take like 5 minutes.
Sounds good.
Grab some drinks, etc., etc.
Ookadook.
Okay. Well, that was pretty close to the wire.
True that.
I had actually set up like a
Exciting.
timeline in how long it would take for everything to happen, and we had just hit the point where like every 5 minutes he was going to do a torture roll. So
Yeah.
I could have just let you die, Celsius.
Yeah.
But now I saved your life and you owe me.
I'll just wipe away the debts that you owe to me. So.
What?
I don't
This
think
is
that's
way
how that
above a
works.
favor. Like, come on.
Maybe you wish you were dead now, so.
So essentially, you guys are all together. Actually, Valencio's probably there too.
Well, I tell Valencio to deal with Renan, like check him out, and then I'm going to take the men, and then I'm going to do a systematic clearing of the house. Any
All right.
last resistance or whatever.
Try to find Imral's body because Renan will care about that.
Well, right now, when you go back down, it's pretty much reported to you that the only resistance that's still going on is in sort of this corner, the kitchens. They've been boarded up, so they're bringing the battering ram over, and eventually they force their way in. How, like, on hand do you want Edic to be with this? Like, they can eventually take it, because
I'll be on hand with this.
Yeah,
Limit
so
casualties.
there's essentially the one guy, Palam, like the big brute butcher guy, but aside from him, everyone else that's in the kitchens is pretty much just like a goober. So they can, the professional soldiers just like lay waste.
Like, if anyone wants to surrender, I do accept surrender. But yeah, the big kitchen guy, I'll take him on if he puts up any resistance.
Oh, he definitely puts up resistance.
Oh, I pull out the old greatsword and I go at Fatty.
All right, so you want to have an honorable duel against this guy?
Well, does he want to be honorable about it?
No.
And I say you just gang slash him.
And if he's not being, I'll take him. Oh, look at Valencia's right there.
Valencio's there as a light source.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
What's
I
he
think
wielding?
you've got the range. What do you think he's as
A
a
meat
cook?
cleaver?
What do you think he's got? He's got a
A
meat
meat
cleaver.
cleaver. Is it a rusty meat
So,
cleaver?
of course.
Is it covered in blood?
Yeah, in fact, you could see that there is the naked body of a female elf that he has been in the process of cutting up, as well as 2 tied and gagged teenagers on the floor.
Oh my. He looks. I like the picture you have for him.
I can't see it that way. That is really something, let me tell you.
That is the actual picture, like, for him in this module. That's like his token.
Seriously?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, Renan spilled all of our secrets, so now we all need new homes.
I never had a home.
Witness
to begin
protection.
Renan's is actually wizard locked, so.
Even the windows.
So, I'm not even going to bother doing initiative or anything
I
for
don't think
this,
he has
just the way
windows.
it's set up. Edic has reach, so he'll be able to attack first.
with. All right. I'm going to attack.
I'm just doing this in the off chance that this guy gets a critical hit and lops a leg off or something.
Oh my lord.
Well, you hit him. I should mention he's not wearing any. He's got like leather armor and no shield.
All right.
All right. So normally, well, let me just roll a d12. He should have made it like fail the threshold pain check there, but he has tough as nails, so he's like, ah!
Oh, he's still coming.
He's still coming.
Okay.
So he gets an attack off at you.
I know. It's actually
Ah, he hits you.
yeah, -2 from that as well because it was all up before. Yeah, okay, he hits me.
And what's the speed on your weapon again?
Oh, 7.
So then you'll both go simultaneously again. So you can make another attack against him. He can make another attack against you. Meanwhile, like all the mercenaries and everyone are watching you. Oh, and your divine grace is long since worn off.
Has it now? Man, now it's worn off. I'm rolling like shit. Still, maybe hitting.
Your rolls right now are pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Still hits.
Get in there, Valencio. Help him out.
He said it was an honor duel.
Oh, right.
Okay, and his attack, remember, this was happening simultaneously, so do your defense.
All right. He hits me.
Well, you killed him. But he managed to get in a few good hits on you first.
Yeah, I took a total of 7 damage that battle.
With that, the villa has been claimed. And just to make things easier for everybody,
Oh my gosh, we can see.
Let there be light.
at this point, you basically come out and you're going to see, like, in the main compound area, the Earl of Reafor and like 20 more city guards have come in, and they're basically taking out the mercenaries and the serving help, and they're sort of processing them now. And Willimer, he looks around and he sees Edic. He's like, "Ah, Sir Edic, how did it go?"
It was quite a rousing battle. We dispensed with the servants, but unfortunately the master got away by leaping off the tower and running.
Really?
Yes. He is not human.
Has Rinnan put any clothes on at this point?
No.
So are you still just sitting up in the torture chamber with Zatha, or did you come down at all?
We're just gonna sit in the chair.
Just have a good
Okay.
sit.
You need a moment.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I guess Loker probably comes down too. Maybe Valencio might go up and talk to you.
I bring out the teenagers as well.
They look like they're completely shell-shocked.
Mm.
Valencio talks to them. Actually, did he memorize it? Hold on.
Is there like treat PTSD?
Well, he has the moderate emotions.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can calm people and stuff. But no, he decided to sterilize instead.
Ooh.
Not that kind of sterilize.
I like where your head was though.
Yeah, so basically, Valencio will tend to them. Well, he'll tend to you. Actually, you know what? He'll just fucking cast that sterilize spell first.
All right.
So that'll heal you 1 point off of each of those wounds you got.
You mean the one wound?
Okay. Well, whatever.
The first one didn't get through my armor.
Oh yeah, you have 7, right?
Yeah, I got damage dex to 7.
All right, so he then he turns his attention to the two of them, and he's going to start doing first aid checks just to see how they are.
That is what I would do.
The Earl is, pretty desperate for information.
I give him a full sit rep. A full report.
So what do you know about this Raktavira then? He jumped off a tower?
Yep, that's about it. You will want to talk to Zatha and Rinnan. They were the ones who were in closest contact. Specifically Rinnan. He was in very close contact.
So you see the Earl turns to his steward and says, "Have the men search the warehouse. You know what they're looking for." And, a bunch of men go off towards the warehouse. And he basically starts... He has some men precede him and goes up the tower.
I'll go with him.
Are they carrying something?
The steward will be.
Yeah, the steward. Well, some men are. Like a giant rug.
Good.
No, I lost my token for the Earl. Oh, wait, no, there he is. Okay. So, the Earl and some other men-at-arms come up, and they see, the naked elf sitting there. And he doesn't really know how to respond to this.
Feet up, mind you. Feet up on the table. Drinking the wine.
And what's Zatha doing during this?
He has his pants off, other end of the table.
Nope.
Feet up and drinking wine.
I assume he was pilfering.
That's exactly what he was doing. I was reconnoitering.
The Earl, he basically launches into a bit of like a speech about, it's a shame that this has happened, but at least we've routed some evil ilk out of the city. Rinnan, I understand that you lost your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's just getting bombed.
No. Not like getting wasted. Thoughtfully
You're an
drinking.
elf, like remember, like one drink does it.
Yeah, but I'm not even going to finish a full glass.
He's like, you have my heartfelt condolences. If there's anything that I can do, please let me know.
Okay. I will hold him to that. I suppose he would like me to put on pants? I will ask him.
Yes, please.
Alright, I guess I will begrudgingly put on my gear and grab my stuff. But then I'll tell him what I believe Raktavira was. And based on his name and the name of the creature, I'm pretty confident.
So yeah, you say you believe he was a Rakshasa.
Yeah.
And, he was like, he might have heard, like, he's probably heard that the name of that kind of creature and just knows that it's some kind of evil creature. That's the extent. So do you know what it is capable of then, now that it is gone?
Do I?
You know that they often are wizards as well, but they are evil to their core.
Yeah. I mean, I'll pass on whatever information I can. I don't think I got very difficult on it. I think I got...
The Earl turns to Zatha, and he says, the Archduke's men will be here relatively soon to take custody of this manor. It might behoove you to do any searching before that happens.
Oh, I'm working on it.
Rinnan actually definitely wants to look for any magical tomes or baubles or anything
I don't know if you recall,
There was
an
a
entire
fucking shit ton of them.
in the library.
yeah. There was a library in the study.
Yeah.
And we looked through those and didn't really find anything of value in them.
Well, no, it
You
was
didn't
more
actually
of a
look through them at all, I don't think.
yeah. It was more of a case of it would take you so long to read through them all to find out what they are.
Yeah,
Like
we
none
didn't
of
look through
them
the
were
books.
covered in. None of them were bedazzled with gemstones.
And really, if he has a spell book, it might be like in a hidden hidey hole, not on.
There
just
was
a
some
bookshelf.
stuff like just on the table in that room that I don't think anyone took.
I thought it was just like an altar.
Well, you can go back and look now at your leisure.
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
look. And there was also like a
The Earl figures
chest,
you probably
right?
have about 20 minutes or so.
I want to scope out the place that had the chests and look through those again, because I don't think I looked well enough. I think they're right here.
Oh, that was the bedroom. Yeah, okay, so which do you want to go to, the bedroom or the study?
I'll go to the bedroom, and then I'll clear off the altar of its valuables after that.
Alright, so looking in the bedroom, it is literally just filled with, like, the trunks and everything. They are filled with fine clothing. It looks like expensive clothing.
Yeah, it's hard to take and sell that, though. Like,
Unless he's got like jewelry and stuff. Rinnan doesn't care about that shit. He's going straight for the library.
yeah, I want the jewelry and the gems and whatnot. So I'm gonna go back and look at the altar and see if there's anything good on the altar.
So this is the room that had the incense going too. But
Is it still going?
No, it's gone now. Alright, so then the Earl's going to go back downstairs and deal with the men. What's Edic doing? And what about Powerin and Valencio?
Power is
Edek
going to
is not-
quote unquote secure the wagon.
Edic is not into R&P duty, so he's probably just going to oversee what the troops are doing, and yeah, maybe help Power and police the wagon.
Secure the mounts too, right? We
Yeah,
could use
secure
some
the
new
mounts.
Is this a well?
Yes, it is.
Well,
Someone should look down the well.
yeah, you should.
Alright, so since it's been a while, I'll reread the room for you. Yeah, it did smell very strongly of exotic fragrances, but it got put out. So in here, there are 3 suits of armor that are on, like, duties, essentially. Like little, like these strange-looking sort of mannequins. There's a collection of books. On the table, there is a small onyx statuette of a man being pulled down to hell by demons. There's a jade mortar and pestle with intricate spider runes carved into it.
Okay, so
Hang on, I wasn't
definitely
writing.
want- What's that?
But it's not really an altar, it's just like a table.
I definitely want the jade mortar and pestle, right?
For what?
It's got runes carved all over it.
For wizarding.
Yeah, like magical shit.
But we can sell it.
Sure.
There's
it
a
could-
very large fish tank trimmed in gold and filled with colorful fish.
Too hard to transport.
A mahogany cabinet filled with well-preserved skulls that the fish tank is on top of.
Are any of the skulls ruined? Ruined?
Nope, they just look like nope, they're regular skulls, but the tops have been hollowed out so that he can drink wine out of them.
Oh, yeah.
That's for the onyx statue.
and there is a painting in the corner of a Calamoran noblewoman's breakfast displayed in a large gilded frame.
And you already took that off the wall, right?
Well, I looked behind it. I didn't fully take it. I kind of did. We can take it off again.
I'd rather look at all the books.
Well, I'm going to take it off again and look behind it because it's suspicious.
All right. What was the appraisal for again? Sorry.
The onyx statue.
That'd be art.
Oh, damn.
I actually think Valencio might be interested in that, right?
The statue?
Yeah, it's an evil deity's icon, I'm guessing.
Probably.
And he has an interest in fucking that shit up. Like
Well, I
the
got
only
an
thing he
interest in selling this shit.
You might have a hard time selling it, but I say go for it.
That's a good point. So are you taking the mortar and pestle?
Oh, yeah.
Man, I'm getting nothing out of this. Where's all the fat loots this guy had?
Did he take his monocle
Probably on
with
the
him?
wagon.
Yeah, probably on the wagon.
Because he was loading it up to go, right? So it'll be on the wagon.
The wagon that is currently being policed by the Earl.
I know.
What
And
about
myself.
what about his monocle, though?
He was wearing it?
No, I don't think he was wearing it when he came back in. I think he only used it when he was interrogating me. And, like, he stopped interrogating me quite a while before.
I think it was on his person.
Maybe.
Would he have dropped it?
I would like... Should I do another scrutiny somewhere else?
Are there any books, by the way, that...
I will say he actually probably did drop it because he wasn't using it at that point. It was probably left on the table where Rinnan was.
Well, you can grab that to give to your person, but let me identify it for you first to see if you would rather just keep it.
Possibly. But yes, that sounds good.
Rinnan, make a scrutiny check. As opposed to what they say to do in this adventure, which is going to take forever. So, these books are probably pretty valuable, actually. They're, well, not super valuable, but there's like 100 of them. So, even if they're only worth a few silver, that adds up.
Okay.
But, looking through, you do find one that it has arcane runes and appears to be a spell book.
Alright. We'll grab that. And I'll tell Zatha about how valuable these are, and maybe we should claim a few. A couple silver each, you know. If we have nothing else.
So, Eddic, you are down there. Basically, this area here is a warehouse, and the Earl's men have sort of taken that over. There are still a bunch of just regular city guards and merchant guards that are in here, but at this point, almost anyone who was a mercenary or a follower or even a servant in here has been filtered out, so it's only like the soldiers that you guys brought in at this point.
All right.
And
So-
basically, you see a runner come in and head right towards the Earl, and start gesturing wildly at him.
I will stand beside the Earl and listen.
He's like, "The Archduke is coming!" And the Earl's kind of like, "What?"
Like the Archduke himself.
What the fuck is his name again? Eidos Eleros. Yes, Eidos himself.
I look at the
He has some VIP with him, apparently.
I look at the Earl and I'm like, is this normal?
The Earl's just like, "Fuck no."
Please tell me the VIP is the lady from the keep that we stole the place from. That's my hope.
going to get my men around me and Thelvin powered, and also Mr. McBurney Wizard and Valencia.
Mr. McBurney.
Yep, Bernie the Burning Wizard. I don't want to interrupt my compatriots upstairs looting the shit out of the place.
Okay, Valencio comes out with the two teenagers, talking gently with them. So you guys are all basically in the main compound. And some actual, by God, soldiers, come in, heavy infantry. And basically, with, the dukes, the archdukes, the symbol of Pibipar, and start taking up positions. And a herald comes in and announces the Archduke. Oh crap! What's his name again? Hold on. Archduke Itos Kalanasi II. And shit. And the Duchess of Bandren, Lady Krendrel.
Ah, shit.
Why, shit?
I don't know. I just say it any time.
Not that you're made aware of this yet, but we've already framed this guy, hopefully, so...
I don't actually have a token for the Duke, but... Okay. But yes, so you see the Archduke of Pibipar. I think Eddic, you may have seen him once before, from a distance during that meeting of the Earls.
Yep.
But, he's an older man. He's starting to get a little bit of the paunch, but he's still pretty serious looking. He's wearing pretty fine clothing, but, he does have some armor on, not full plate or anything, just a breastplate. Enough that if something were to happen, he would be okay. Lady Krendrel, however, is looking very different than the last time you saw her. So she actually doesn't look like the token at all, but she's basically not just wearing armor, she's actually dressed more in diplomatic kind of clothing, although it is still somewhat militaristic in the way it looks. And yes, that is still the same actress.
Really?
Yes.
Well, at least you have consistency.
So the Archduke, he basically addresses the Earl, and he's like, "Wendril, what has been going on here? I was entertaining our northerly neighbor, the Duchess, and I received reports that a certain holy knight of the old man, Sir Edic Lokerson, was leading a raid on one of my citizens' villas." And Lady Krendrel pipes it, "And when I heard that name, I thought that I should investigate as well. And I urged the Archduke to come and look." At this point, basically the Earl steps forward and, with a silver tongue starts to explain that research had shown that Raktavira, who owned this estate, was in league with the orcs to the west in the Krond Heights, it was an open secret, but also that he had in fact been involved in the theft of the treaty between Crag Keep and the Stone Giants to the north. And in fact, and he points to his steward, we have just recovered it for you. Sir Edic would love to explain exactly what went down here.
I look at the Earl, and I look back at the Archduke and the Duchess, and I'm like, my lord, my lady.
Just a report, if you would.
We attacked this manor on the... we started investigating this manor on reports of missing noblemen's children. A merchant, I mentioned his name, children.
Which Valencio has, like,
right here. And upon our investigation, we discovered that the owner of this villa, I always forget his name. I'm horrible.
Raktavira.
Thank you, Raktavira, like Rakshasa. Raktavira, in fact, was a practicing Rakshasa that tortured and ate people. And then we stormed the gate, and we took his servants, killed his lieutenant. Unfortunately, in the scuffle, he managed to jump off the tower and get away, because normal weapons cannot hurt them, only magic. And at the time, our wizard was being tortured. Over there. So unfortunately, he's gotten away, but we have secured the villa and disrupted his dastardly operations here inside Pikar. I do make mention that I led the charge in.
Yes, that was more what the Earl kind of wanted you to do, was make it sound like a cool operation.
I myself am not making it sound cool, but Edok will make it sound cool. I'll explain how we used the combination of magic and tactics to assault and overwhelm the enemy before they had a chance to repulse us and make up proper defenses. Making no mention about liberating the actual treaty, but I don't say, like, I had no idea that was here. I just, excuse me, I just gloss right over it.
You stick to the details of the operation.
Exactly, my portion of it. And I make mention how I single-handedly destroyed the lieutenant.
And Loker is just like, oh, and they hired me to come in, and I didn't have to do anything. It was good.
No, Loker, you don't say that. You, quintessential, you threw that heat-seeking fist of thunder, disrupted the enemy so we could attack.
It is true. It is a great spell.
Maybe you could talk to our wizard, and maybe you can teach it to him.
He actually, I don't know, he's almost bashful at this point because there's so many like luminaries in here.
But that's for another time. When I turn back to the Lord and Lady.
Alright, so the Archduke turns to Lady Kendril and he asks, has that sated your curiosity? And she nods and she says, indeed it has. Thank you for indulging me, Archduke. I think it's a your grace for an Archduke. I can't remember now.
I just assumed it was Lord. I thought grace was involved with King. I thought you had to say grace with King.
I mean, technically, as an Archduke, he kind of is a king.
Well, yeah, does he actually answer to a duke? I mean, to a king? Because normally an archduke would be in charge of a group of, well...
Oh, it's your it's a highness.
Okay.
Did they also bring down the found treaty?
Yes. They bring it out of this warehouse over here. And they basically, they unroll it in front of her. And she says, ah, yes, to my family heirloom. She looks at Edic and at Valencio. She says, it is such a shock that it went missing at the same time your group was visiting our fair lands.
Indeed, madam. It shocked us too when we heard about it. I had no idea. And I am
Valencio's like, yeah, it fucking sucks.
Shut up, Valencio. And it's with our deepest apologies that it happened while we were there and we were not able to catch the offenders that did it. But I, of course, had to leave at such haste because I had a slight case of lycanthropy I had to take care of.
And I trust, she says in sort of like jokingly way, that was taken care of, and you're not about to rage out at us all in the night here.
Of course not. I was seen by my church, and they brought in a priest of the... Was it the Moon Church? What's the name of the Moon Church?
Night's Beauty.
Priestess of the Night's Beauty who can detect lycanthropy, and of course I was clear of the disease.
That is good. I was worried for you, Sir Eric.
Oh, it touches me to hear that.
Touches me.
She motions for some servants to take the treaty, which is a 30-foot
I mean,
long
part of the reason we
T-Rex
took this whole job was to clear our
skin,
name.
just to mention.
So
Yeah,
we
I know.
succeeded there.
And Eric is trying to get around with
The-
it, straight up saying that, because in the back of his mind, he knows fucking Zatha stole it. But then
No.
He
has
doesn't
no,
know
he has no
anything.
direct proof, but he suspects, and he suspects you did it under the Earl's orders. So it was a political tactical move. Either way, he's caught between a rock and a hard place.
Well, the Archduke says that he will have everybody on the streets looking for this Raktavira, and he will be found. He should be found before morning and summarily executed for his crimes.
I
Did I
highly
mention the
doubt
part that he needs to be killed by magic? I'm like, he is not able to be hurt by mortal weapons.
that. He can be.
He
Right.
survived a fucking 30-foot fall from a tower.
If you hit him with a lance charge, I think you could knock him out.
Like over and over and over again. Like just,
Well, I mean,
just
yeah,
like put
'cause
him on a pole and just
he
like,
essentially
charge
just has
at
a
him.
damage reduction of 25. So
That's actually some good training. Just tie him to a pole and like just charge at him repeatedly until he's dead.
that's what the Templars do, right?
Yeah.
In Secret World.
And it is Rakshasas they fight, isn't it?
Yeah. Anywho, so basically, the Archduke says that he will have his men take possession of this villa, and he thanks Earl of Reafor for everything that he has done. And he basically, I mean, Edic is the only, I guess, named individual in the group that's actually right here. I don't know if you would count Valencio.
But he would say the group, the Vanguard of the Light.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
it's
I
true.
was referring to it. Our standards
yes.
here.
He commends your group, and he says that a reward will be coming your way, and invites you as a group to the palace tomorrow.
Damn straight.
Oh, thank you,
For a
Your
I
dinner.
don't
Highness.
care about the palace part, but the reward part.
I thank His Highness for his generosity.
All right, so he says, "Come, Lady Krendrel, let us return to the palace."
And I bow to Lady Kendra as she leaves and give her a wink.
Oh, please tell me you slapped that ass.
I'm not slapping the ass.
At least today.
So eventually, I'm assuming Zatha and Renan come back downstairs.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll give Valencio the statue,
Is there
because
a
he might
gentle?
be interested in it.
He's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Is there a
Like,
gentle
I don't know.
proposing
You're a
to
religious guy. You might like it.
for priestly magic?
He looks at it. He's like, "I don't know. This looks like some demon."
Well, yeah. Isn't that your shtick? Learn
No,
about
like
that?
I mean, it's just like some artist's rendition of a demon. It's not like anything specific.
Yeah.
Have Renan look over it.
Okay.
You have it in group loot?
Yeah. Also the monocle.
Oh yeah, nice, yeah.
So the steward catches Zatha's eye.
I will wander over to him on the sly.
Yeah, and he takes you into the warehouse.
Yes.
and stabs you. No, okay.
That'd be great.
I'll give him like the silent bro fist, like, good work.
He said, yeah, that's what he says is good work to you. He says that they were preparing this caravan to go out, and he thinks that they moved many of the valuables into here. And he says that the Earl would like your group, to have this as your pay.
Oh, you are too kind.
Did we just get another wagon too?
Yes, we did.
Not the wagon, just the car. Well, he's like, fuck, what do I care? Take the wagon. Also, some of the mercenaries, they bring some equipment over to Eddic.
I look at it.
Like one of them, he's like, Sir Eddic.
Yes.
This was what the officer that you killed in the duel was wearing. By all rights, it belongs to you now.
Thank you. I take I assume armor, sword, and shield.
Yeah.
I bow to him and take it, and I'm gonna praise that shit. Do you want like 3 appraisal rolls or just one big one?
Yeah, so chainmail, scimitars, shields. Do 3 different ones for that order.
Oh yeah, look at that shit.
Well, you're not sure about the chainmail and the scimitar, but it is a quality shield. It's essentially a medium shield +1.
Mm.
They also mentioned he did have his quarters too, but if you want anything from there, we won't stop you, but in the next few minutes it's going to be finders keepers.
I look at Zatha and Rinnan and kind of...
Zatha is mysteriously absent.
I look at Rinnan and I tell him to go take a look at the quarters. Also, I'm going to tell Thelvin to go get the meat cleaver from the big fucking fat chef.
He's like, right on it. He's also like, what about
Howard will
Imran?
come with you to help you with your loot and what you should be looking at in the guy's room.
Yeah, sure. Let's go up end of the room and take a look around. What did Thelvin say?
What about Imral's body?
Yep, we're taking that.
Yeah, wrap that bad girl up and put her in the car.
Yeah, I was asking earlier, is there an equivalent to gentle repose
I don't think so.
to keep stuff from rotting?
What, you like hang her on your wall?
No, like take her back to Elvenland.
Really? You're actually gonna do that?
Yeah,
It is his sister.
yeah. And it's totally my fault she died.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's gonna have some moral quandaries now. Okay, so it looks like they didn't really have time to put too much on the wagon.
I was hoping you would have to send me a Word document with an itemized list.
No, see, I can. I like I said, I made my timeline. So there was one wagon they were going to load with like all the really portable, more expensive stuff, and Raktavira was going to head out with that, and then the rest of them were going to stay behind and load up the rest of the wagons with everything else.
So the first wagon is the good one. Portable, expensive stuff. Speaking my language.
Alright, so Eddic, you see the Seneschal's quarters
Okay.
attached to the veranda.
Mm-hmm.
It's got pretty Spartan furnishings. It looks like there's a few trophies in here and some weapons.
All right. Take the weapons and what do you mean by trophies? Like heads?
No, like just old things. Like there's a suit of chainmail. There's a light crossbow that has silver bands etched with a dragon motif on the limbs.
Oh, yeah.
There's a long sword decorated with the dwarven runes along its hilt and blade. And a ranseur whose blade is made of slightly red-tinted metal and shaped like a jagged flame.
All right, take all that stuff.
I didn't write any of that down. Should I have?
I can do it if you want.
I can do it. I just need Zulu to say it again.
All right. Yeah, like any weapons or armor, hell yeah, I'm taking it.
There's chainmail, a light crossbow, a long sword, and a ranseur.
That is red.
Yes. Red tinted metal and shaped like a jagged flame.
Got it.
Now I'm gonna
And some
check
stuff you'd have to do a
underneath the bed,
scrutiny check.
Like, take that fucker apart.
So you mean you're searching?
I am searching for a hidden treasure.
Make a scrutiny check. There you go. Yep. There's nothing under the bed, but there is a loose stone near the fireplace. And you pull it up and there's a pouch.
I'm gonna take my dagger and flick the pouch out of the hole.
Alright, you managed to do so.
I'm gonna open the pouch.
It is filled with gold coins.
Excellent. So that's going into party loot. So you can write that down. Ace.
Pouch with gold.
Yep. I'm not gonna count it, but throw into party loot.
And yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Unless did you take any of those books aside from the spell book?
Well, if we're getting the whole wagon, let's just load them all onto the wagon, right?
Now Loker is kind of like, I might like to take a look at some of them books too.
You didn't even do anything.
I used to heat seeking fisto thunder, me wee lad.
I'm gonna wag my junk at him.
Will you put
thought
some
you got
pants
dressed.
on? That's an order.
I did
You
have
already got
my pants on, and I pulled them down especially for this.
Is there
Valencio's-
anything in the well?
Valencio's like, the grieving process is different for elves.
Apparently.
The well? It looks like a well. I mean, unless you want to climb down there.
Nope.
Okay. So you guys are just loading up the wagon and heading out. Is there anything else?
What else
that's
you guys
it.
think? Can't think of anything else.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I know it's
Oh,
probably
were
not.
you taking his clothes?
Or we could load up all those fancy clothes.
Might as well. Like, they're worth something if we want to sell them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Doubt
I'm
they'd
down with that.
fit yeah, I doubt they'd fit any of us.
If no one's gonna say anything, we can just bring those 3 chests of clothes down.
Yep. I imagine
Yeah, I mean,
there's,
the
like,
Earl is pretty much departed by now.
I imagine there's a fair chunk of looting going on.
Yeah, I think Loker will probably just sneak off at some point.
Quick question.
He's like, it's better than being in prison.
True. In the cellars, do they have any like keg of ale or whatever?
There's no cellar.
Or fine in the pantry.
Right over here is a larder. It is piled high with dried meats such as brisalo and prosciutto
Ooh.
and fava beans.
Yeah, I don't want any of that action.
This room is the buttery. One wall is stacked floor to ceiling with kegs of ale, and boxes are filled with liquor and wine.
Yeah, take the liquor and wine.
I can probably make better ale than they have there, honestly.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if the liquor.
La-di-da.
I still might take a keg just for myself, but I'm taking a case of liquor and wine. I'm taking a case of liquor and wine because there could be expensive liquor and wine in there.
No. Well, do you have any kind of appraisal alcohol?
Only the kind every soldier has.
Can we substitute like craft brewing for knowledge of that type of thing?
For
beers?
For beer, yeah. You know what? Fuck. I'd say you'd be able to figure it out. There are several cases of Chianti, 3 bottles of Finchjäger.
Hang on, I'm not writing this down. Do I need to?
Yes.
There's a case of Chianti.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And fava beans.
I know, I get it.
Okay, case of Chianti.
The master's favorite. 3 bottles of Finchjäger.
What?
It's in the player's handbook.
It's Jaeger made out of finches.
That's what I wrote down, Finchjäger. Okay, is that it?
2 pint bottles of liver squeezings.
That's disgusting.
6 bottles of bitter corn whiskey. And 2 bottles of elderberry wine.
Okay, got it.
A census taker once tried to test me.
And that's why he has liver squeezings.
Does he actually have liver squeezings? Now,
Evidently
do they
2
count-
Yeah,
pint bottles.
did you miss that?
Yeah. Does he count the same? Does it count the same as owlbear liver squeezings?
I think it is owlbear liver squeezings.
Does it have the same effect in 5th as it did in 4th?
I don't think it's as abrupt.
Well, we got a good amount of cash from this.
In 4th edition, you can squeeze owlbear liver and drink it, and it heals like 1d8 hit points or something. But there's a 10% chance you'll just go blind. So
10% cumulative chance.
Yeah, cumulative chance you'll just go blind.
All right, I think we're out of here.
All right, let's load up.
Yeah, liver squeezings restores 1d6 hit points per drink. Note, not 1d6p. Yeah, I mean, if you drink it all right now, you don't have to write it down. The hit points are restored 30 minutes after the initial imbibing of the alcohol. But there's a cumulative 20% chance of going blind for each drink after the first. The
Oh,
blindness lasts only for a few days, though.
Oh, it's not permanent.
It's
like
not
before.
permanent.
Amazing.
I like the blindness. That's awesome.
Or it's permanent.
And the elderberry wine it works as an aphrodisiac. If you drink 5 ounces of it for the next hour, everyone you look at has their looks raised by 2.
Give that to your lady.
Oh yeah.
Shit's about to go down. Or you are, huh?
The Finchjägers don't have any special rules. There's also Dead Folky Ale does, but
Oh, I'll take the Deadpool. Yeah.
no, there's none there. I'm just looking at what gives special rules. But aside from the Gut Bruiser.
Oh yeah, give her some of that. I'll have a looks of 15 in her eyes.
Which can also potentially raise your charisma if your looks goes up in it.
Yep.
Alright, so yeah, you guys are basically done in here, I guess. Unless there's anything else you want to do.
Yeah.
No, I say
Voila.
we head back home and try and recover until we get our other reward from the Earl.
Alright, so what home are you going to?
Now, are you going to inform us that you
Yeah, I
ratted
already
all
did.
of us out?
I was
Okay,
wondering
so
about
we all
that.
know that like we're all ratted out.
Yeah.
Valencia's like, no, my spice rack.
You can get your shit. It's not like you can't go back there. You might just want to get a new place.
So I say for tonight we go to Valencio's and like set up a bunch of traps and alarms and everything.
I can't
Like
do
board
anything.
up
I don't
the-
have enough spell points.
I know. I can set traps though.
Although I actually didn't,
Valencia's like, I don't know how comfortable I am allowing you to just build traps in my house.
I actually
Well, you're gonna be
haven't-
selling it anyway.
I haven't slept yet today, so
Wait a
I
minute.
could actually sleep and get all my spell points back, and then perimeter alarm and stuff.
Well, we will need your spell points, otherwise we can't really do anything against this guy. So I'd say we do that, and then we'll probably break there.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess you'll figure out do any splitting of the loot that might happen.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
I should really figure out where on this map Valencio's house is. You notice I filled in some stuff.
I still have to
Yeah.
sell a bunch of stuff, but I can split the cash if you guys want.
Hold on to it for now.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, 'cause if we get a cash reward from the Earl, you just throw that in and then we split all that.
Okay.
Also, we should probably check in with the merchant that we rescued his children from and get the reward from him as well.
Yep. And Celsius Renan needs to look at that monocle to see if I should turn that in.
Or if it's magic.
So yeah, are you taking the two kids back to Valencio's too, or?
No, let's just drop the kids off at the guy's house along the way.
Yeah.
The big merchant. Because we don't want crying. Well, they're not children, but we don't want to deal with them.
Correct. And then we can get our reward as well.
Exactly.
Okay, so you guys head to what's his name? Fodal Nund's manor.
Like, I assume they're awake, because we took Fodal Nun's guards.
Yeah, he's just useless, like, to go as a fight, so he is waiting there for information. Actually, by now he's probably heard that, what's happened. So he's waiting for you. Him and his wife are ecstatic that you have returned, his wastrel son and daughter.
But they learned their lesson.
Like,
yeah, the kids themselves haven't really said anything at all. They're, like, still in shock.
well, that's what happens when you're about to be food.
But Fodal's like, I thanks you from the bottom of his heart. And he basically, he pulls out like a sack of coins and hands it to you, to Edic anyway, because he's the one to talk to you. Thank you, Sir Edic.
It was our
And
pleasure.
I will be making a donation to the church as well.
Wonderful. The church will appreciate that.
It's a bag of 30 gold coins.
And at the Zappa.
And he says he hears that you're going to be received by the Archduke tomorrow.
Indeed.
That's excellent news. And he will speak highly of you and your entire group, the Vanguard of the Light, to all of his associates.
Yep, thank you for it. Just doing our job. And then
And he basically he just starts blubbering and shaking your hand and stuff.
I shake the blubbering man's hand and politely excuse ourselves.
Okay, and then you guys basically head back to Valencio's.
Yep.
Deep.
By the time you get back to Valencio's, it's almost like starting to get light again.
I thought you were going to say it's burnt to the ground.
No.
Yeah, I did too.
Valencio, though, he's kind of like... He looks at Rin and he's like, I know that it seemed like things were going to be very dark, but look now, the light rises again. He claps you on the back.
Can I piss on his shoes?
This is my house!
Those are my shoes. It's how elves grieve. They have to piss on the doorstep of all their friends' houses.
That's right. We're like cats almost.
My cat doesn't do that.
That you know of.
I know a lot of people who have real pee problems with cats.
My
Yeah.
cat always goes in the box.
Yeah.
I can't believe you guys didn't investigate that armor.
Oh, all the armor hanging everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't wear armor.
There was.
Yeah, there was like all this armor.
There were like 4 pieces in the study, and then 1 piece up in his main room.
None of you told me of this.
Oh, yeah.
God
For-
damn
I think
it.
you were up there.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I was looking for things.
Why? What was the armor?
Oh, the reason I say that is because the armor itself was all crap, but the mannequins were actually like rattlebone mummies that would be activated if you touched it.
Aha!
Oh, thwarted your plan.
It's
We
all
got
my
hosed
plan.
enough without doing that.
So I tell you, there's some guards getting really surprised right now.
Probably.
Because, you know, those guards in City Watch are probably taking the armor off those
That's
statues.
absolutely what they're doing. You're right.
Yeah, those guards
Oh
are
yeah,
getting
they're gonna have a bad time.
That's amazing. I love it. All right. Well, Celsius, Rinnin lives to fight another day.
Yep.
The only thing I want to check, it's been, as Celsius has rightfully pointed out, he has not gotten any, captured any spellbooks since this game has started.
Yeah.
So I can't even find the spot on it.
Find the what? Oh,
Like the rules for reading someone else's spellbook. I think it's
Yeah.
in the mage section.
we did capture a spellbook from the manor.
Yeah, there was a goblin spellbook, but it only had apprentice and
Yeah, it had pretty basic stuff in it.
yeah, that was back when we were like level 1 or something.
Yeah.
Well, buckle in.
For a massive list of spells on the forums.
I just want to see if you could just read it right now without anything special. Then I'm just gonna tell you what they are now, and then I can write it in the forums.
Okay.
Because you have to do an arcane lore to actually understand them and learn them. But I
Yeah.
think you can just identify what they are. Either way, aside from, funeral arrangements for your sister, I would imagine this is like the first thing you would look at.
After the monocle.
Alright. So, are you ready to hear this?
Sure.
I'll write it in the forums later, but I just want you to
Okay.
hear. I just want to hear your reaction to this. Alright, apprentice level spells. Aura of Innocence.
Oh, see, that's one of the ones that I always wanted.
Firefinger.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Phantom Irritation.
Yeah, that one's not bad.
Alright, journeyman spells. Audible Clamor.
Yep, got that one.
Aura of Protection.
I don't even know what that one does.
Enrage.
Oh, and Rage is kind of cool.
First level. Throw Voice.
Uh-huh.
Wall Walk.
Is that Spider Climb?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second level. Frighten.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Slippery Surface.
Yeah.
Third level. Rope Charm.
Oh,
Unlock. Veil of Darkness.
yeah. Unlock is good.
Yeah, you won't need Zatha anymore.
Exactly.
Fourth level. Light Sleep. Magic Projectile Obscuring.
Yay.
Reveal Secret Portal.
Oh, interesting.
Fifth level. Disembodied Floating Hand.
This guy has a way better spellbook than I do, for the record.
Entrancing Light Show. Levitation.
Ah, levitation, that's awesome.
Sixth level. Flame Ball.
Oh, that's the one that rolls around.
Telepathic Mute.
Ooh.
Seventh level. Bash Face.
That's the punch one. That one makes me laugh.
Clairnosmia.
Ah, yeah,
Which would be useless to you.
absolutely does nothing to me.
Eighth level. Force Fumbles.
Interesting.
Phantom Horse.
Yeah, got that.
Ninth level.
Oh wow.
Clairopticos. Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, lightning bolt is just
10th level.
holy shit.
Fireball.
Oh wow.
There it is.
Induce Fatigue. 11th level.
Holy shit.
Create Pit.
Oh, that's the one that automatically does a trap for you, right?
Yeah, I told you don't need Zappa. Induce Cowardice. Add 12th level, which he has probably already used. Quantum Leap.
Ooh, which one's that? I don't even think I know what that is.
It's 12th level, son. You got a while.
Yeah.
Fancy.
But yeah, aside from splitting up the coin, I guess that's pretty much it for tonight then, right, guys?
I think so.
Yep.
Thanks, fellas. Good game.
Yep, that was awesome.
All right. Catch you next week, everybody.
Later.
Later.
Yeah.